Good afternoon. It's 3:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from Greystone Golf Club. The Titans will head to Houston this weekend in a matchup of winless teams. Some notes from head coach Brian Callahan before Sunday's matchup. J.C. Latham and Bryce Oliver are both out. Oli Udoh will start at right tackle. Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon will be the backup. And Kevin Zeitler is off the injury report and supposedly good to go. Running back Jordan Mims will be called up from the practice squad, with rookie Kalel Mullins being placed on IR with an ankle injury. And new play caller Bo Hardigree will call plays from the sidelines. Kickoff is Sunday at noon with Titans radio coverage starting at 11. The League Company countdown to kickoff starts at 9 right here on The Zone. Number 15, Tennessee heads on the road for the first time against Mississippi State. Kickoff is at 3:15. Vol Network coverage of the game starts right here on The Zone at 12:45. And number 18, Vanderbilt is hosting Utah State. That game kicks off at 11:45. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone Friday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City, broadcasting live from Dixon, Tennessee, Greystone Golf Course. And I love this place, number one, because this golf course, Slay, you and I have murdered this place.
Yes,
literally.
Literally.
I don't really hear you.
I know. I was going to say, can you turn me up a little bit?
Yo, Kirby.
Zephyr, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you adjust our volume? We are on the air.
Good job, Zephyr.
There you go. Zephyr got it.
I'm in the building.
Yeah, and so we have murdered this golf course from time to time, but this golf course is different than any other golf course in Middle Tennessee.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Joel.
I feel like we're in Scotland over here or something.
It does feel it. And then you always get brought back to a little bit of reality because it's a rock core right there.
Snap back to reality?
Just a little bit. Then you have the homes that you go about, but the scenery is beautiful. You can get lost. And
Yeah.
I actually have gotten lost, and they've also turned my golf cart off. Me and Bert were rolling around. They turned my golf cart off.
That's what we need. You and Bert with no golf cart in the middle of the course.
With a lot of drinks and cigars. Just rolling. They just cut us off.
You're okay.
Yeah, we was cool.
Come get us whenever you want.
Please.
Yeah. It's like you're on a deserted island and like you're just waiting for the boat.
Exactly what it was like. Exactly.
By the way, speaking of golf, the Americans are getting blasted in the Ryder
I
Cup.
heard that. So is it possible to make a comeback? Or are they?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
This is a multi-day deal.
Oh, okay.
You ideally don't want to be down 3-1 after the morning, and then they were 2-2 in the afternoon session last time I looked. But we've got a lot going on. Broadcasting live from Greystone Golf Club in Dixon. It is the Fight DMD 16th annual Golf for a Cure, presented by Cornerstone Mechanical. Special thanks to additional sponsors: TriStar Bank, McClure Ice Center, and Flow Construction, making this happen. And listen, if you're listening and you can't make it out here, that's more than okay. You can help online. Sure. You can donate there, whatever you can. $5, $5 million, whatever you want. Donate at fightdmd.com. That's how you get that done. And Terry Marlin, his son Jonah, is over there. Jonah and Emery dealing with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And I didn't realize this until I saw Big Savage and Lucas this morning, but Jonah said that he organized a 5K 3 years ago. And so, this is year 3 for his 5K that he has organized, and I think that's awesome.
Listen, man, I told Jonah when I first came in, dog, don't start that trash talking. Because he
does like the trash talk.
Dude, I could feel it. He was already giving me that little grin, you know what I mean? And he was like, I got Ramon earlier. I'm like, okay, all right. I'll let you get a little bit in on me, but, I shifted all of that on Matt Murphy, who's here.
WTN's here, too.
I said, what is he doing here?
Chad Benson's here.
Jonah said, I don't know what he's doing here, so I let
Well,
him
it's
in.
funny because, Murph is sitting on the other side of the room, and, the difference in conversation from one side of the room to the other is dramatically different.
So you telling me if we switched right now in midstream, we wouldn't have any idea what he's talking about, and he wouldn't know what we're talking about.
He probably figures that we're talking about college football because we have a huge weekend coming up.
Yeah.
And my guess is he's talking about, Trump or something.
Yeah.
But,
Murphy.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on in this room. There's no doubt.
What up, Murph?
And Murph Dog! So now we're talking about each other on each other's shows.
Yeah.
So Urban Grub is supplying dinner to the golfers today.
I'm in the building.
See? And that's not even how it goes, Murph. I'm in the building. There it is. Who we got rocking for us? Ross, the one and only.
You already know it.
Zeph Dog is here.
You already know
Ross
it.
is at the studio, the world famous Music Row. Eki Bot, fresh off his birthday, is here.
Fresh off the day.
He's Bob, what are you doing? Like Boys to Men? Is that what we're doing? Like the white T-shirt with the
hat
jeans
backs,
and the
yeah.
backwards hat?
Mm-hmm. Just looking for the end of the road, ain't you, Bob? Okay.
So I'm going to read this real quick.
Talk to me, Yor.
Join us for a golf tournament to raise money in the fight for a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Obviously, you can't join us for the golf tournament right now, but you can donate online, fightdmd.com. Starting a research department at Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. They need your help. So this is actually old, Rich, because to get this entire thing started for Vanderbilt Children's Hospital to get started going down the research path, Terry was told he had to raise $500,000.
Yeah.
That's what he was told from day one when he was trying to figure out what to do with
Straight out
this.
the gate.
And they did it. So they've raised more than $2 million, but they need obviously more. The disease is crippling by the age of 11, 100% fatal by early 20s, and you can join in our efforts to donate and help these young boys who are incredible kids. FightDMD.com. That is how you get that going. Last night, I want to start with this, Slay Dog.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Babsy is she's at Wake Forest, right?
Yep.
Georgia Tech at Wake Forest. Haynes King, if you haven't seen him play, you can watch him tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
It's a good one.
Babsy will be on the sideline. He is an incredible college football player. I don't know what kind of pro he'll be because he's kind of like a linebacker playing quarterback, but very, very talented, very skilled.
Very.
And that's a great football team that will be favored in every game the rest of the way until Georgia. So they theoretically could be undefeated when they play Georgia Tech. That'll be fun. But I want to start with last night. Seahawks get a 52-yard field goal from Jason Myers.
Yeah.
Is he related to Michael Myers?
Probably.
As we hit Halloween?
Yeah, distant cousin.
Yeah. As time expires to grab a road win at Arizona, the Seahawks are now 3-1. Seattle led 20-6 in the fourth quarter. I noticed that Zeph Dog walked away from us as I started to talk
That was
about
wise.
this. Bob doesn't know this story, but Seattle led 20-6 in the fourth. Zeph had Seattle minus 3.5. So he needed Seattle to win by at least 3.5, right? Like 4 or more. So at that point, it's 20-6 in the fourth quarter. Zeph texts us, quote, "I should have pushed this spread to a bigger number," end quote.
Yes, he did.
And at that point, Slay and I are like, dog, you never talk about bets before the bet is over.
You don't do it.
You don't do it. So Arizona then tied the game. Seattle ended up winning with a field goal at the buzzer. But Zeph had 3.5, so he lost.
He lost.
So his point was, thank God I had the free bet or whatever he said.
It was only a free bet. Now, dog, you lost.
You lost.
You got to learn. You got to learn your lessons the hard way, and that's one of the hard ways right there. Never talk about the bets. Let them roll. Just let them ride out, man. Well, Zeph, we appreciate you. Because maybe he thought when we said boom, because we nailed the first half thanks to Todd Father.
Yeah, I always write boom on those.
Yeah, maybe he thought that was.
But I'll wait. And
yeah.
Look, we could have posted something. It was 7-3 with 3 minutes to go. Like we could have posted something, but we know not to do that.
Dog.
Because you could get a touchdown and then an interception, pick six.
The silliest stuff can happen.
Know. Silliest
and
stuff.
it does. It does. We were just talking about you, Zephyr. Yep, your bonus bet that you lost, that you.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it's your wife.
That's right.
His wife's bet. That's right. His
Gotcha.
wife's bet. That's
You're right, though.
Alyssa. Poor Alyssa.
Right. Yeah,
Alyssa
what
didn't
is
know.
up?
But you were talking.
I was talking for her.
You were
Yes, you
talking
were.
trash for Alyssa.
Yes, you were.
She got mad at me, by the way.
She should have.
Yeah, she did.
Good.
She was not happy.
Good. Alyssa knows the rules. She knows the rules, man.
By the way, the parsley, we had a little mini baby parsley yesterday. It was just a one-legger.
Yep, one legger.
A little one-legger, a little halftime under 21.5.
A little power
that
leg.
hit easily.
Mm-hmm. Knock that out the box.
Yeah. Tell Alyssa we weren't talking trash about it until it
Exactly.
was completely done.
That's what we do.
I'll let her know.
He'll learn.
That was a Todd Furman thing. Also, as we broadcast live from the FightDMD.com golf tournament, I do want to acknowledge Becky Macco because Becky worked with us forever. She recently went to explore other opportunities, and we congratulate her, although we are sad about that.
Mm-hmm.
And she and Terry Marlin really worked together seamlessly with the Zone and with FightDMD.com to make this thing happen every year. So we've known Terry, I don't know, 15 years or so, and Becky's been involved that whole time. And I know that she's probably listening, and she's definitely thinking
Love you, Becky.
about Terry and his sons, Jonah and Emery.
Mm-hmm.
And so we appreciate Becky for all that she's done throughout the process. And what was
The
that?
Fighting John Franklins.
What was that?
Little Penn State.
Little Penn
Little
State.
14, yeah.
I do. Listen. We both bet on Penn State.
We
money
rolled
line.
with 'em.
We both bet
We
on Penn
rolled with
State
'em.
money line. But I do have some really negative information about James Franklin against the top 10 at Penn State, and that's coming up in just a little bit. But, yeah, so we've got a busy show. 3:20. Coming up in the next segment, we're going to visit with Sean Pendergast. He is host of Payne and Pendergast weekday mornings on Sports Radio 610 in Houston. I did their show this morning, and they asked me an interesting question. They were like, what's the path for victory for the Titans? And I was like,
Right.
you stumped me. Like, literally, you stumped me on that one.
Yeah.
So we'll talk with those guys. By the way, we're blessed and very honored, and we've mentioned this before, but 104.5 The Zone in Nashville is one of the 5 radio stations in the country to be nominated for a Marconi Award this year. That will happen in October in New York, and it's, I don't remember, it's like Philly, Detroit, Houston, maybe San Francisco and us.
There's some big dogs.
Yes, but the Houston station is there. So, like, when Sean comes on, it'll be 2 Marconi stations working together today. Garth Bolden coming on, the high school power hour. We'll visit with him at 3:45. Brentwood Academy in Ensworth is coming up today.
And Charles is sitting in on this one.
Oh, Charles is sitting in on this one?
Yep.
Okay, Charles Pulliam, who does an incredible job. Jarrett Garantano at 4:20. We will check out what the tape showed him from the UAB game. He breaks down the Tennessee offense play-by-play. I think he did the first half in this game on YouTube. His YouTube channel is at JAY Garantano. So you can give him a follow. It's great stuff. 4:45, we'll visit with Terry Marlin and his son Jonah about what they've got going on with FightDMD.com. Chris Lowe from On3.com at 5 o'clock talking about all of the big games coming up this weekend. 5:20, Moonshine, Mark Mariani, former Titans wide receiver and kick returner. He's got his blood in the water. Pick will talk about college football and the Titans-Texans with him. All that coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL broadcasting live from Greystone Golf Club in Dixon. Fight DMD, 16th annual Golf for a Cure presented by Cornerstone Mechanical. You can help too. Donate at FightDMD.com. Change is always happening. Hey, it's part of life, and when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go, even our taste in music changes. But no matter how things change in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. Xfinity is introducing a 5-year price guarantee. It means you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with their best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees are extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. So go into a store today or check out Xfinity.com.
What's happening, y'all? Medical house calls coming to you live and direct. They come to your front door. They knock on it, let you know, hey, we're here. Ain't no need going to no urgent care or anything like that. You need to go see your primary doctor. Why? When we can fill the prescription ourselves. They do it 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. All you got to do is hit them up. 615-838-2375. This is healthcare designed for you. So when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, man, I don't feel like taking the kid. I'm going to miss work. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's like, nope, you don't have to worry about that. Also, they cover annual physicals. They come to your door, mobile IV therapy, whatever it may be, prescriptions that need to be called in. I'll hit you with that. This is your concierge medicine. Oh, yeah, it don't get much better than that. I know that. You get to focus on being mom and dad and also being the professional that you are when working in the business. Athletes, you trying to recover, this is the opportunity to get to it. It's medicalhousecalls.com.
Zone Friday edition. Huge weekend of college football. We also have the Titans playing.
Huge weekend, too, for them.
I heard you on Ramon and Will this morning with Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
And you were trying to identify a path, and you're like, look, man, my heart tells me, all right, hopefully they can keep it close.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting to see.
I have to wait and see. There's no more jumping out there on the limb. Because they got to show me they know it, too.
I know. And I did a show in Houston this morning at 610, Sports Radio 610 in Houston with Sean Pendergast, who we'll welcome in here in a second. And they asked me, like, what's the path to victory for the Titans? I'm like, damn, that's a good question. I hadn't really thought about it.
Right. Right.
This is where we are.
Dude, we're just trying to make it through the week. We got so much foolishness going on through the week. We can't even make it to game day and think about game day.
We're giving up play calling. We're trading a guy for a worse draft pick than they took him with, and he's a starter. And, like, what are we doing? Zeph Dog, before we talk Texans, Titans, you have an injury report?
Yeah. So the Texans released their injury report, and everybody is off of it except for cornerback Derek Stingley Jr., who was limited today and will be listed as questionable with that oblique injury on Sunday. For the Titans, nothing surprising. J.C. Latham and Bryce Oliver, the two that are out. Linebacker Dorian Mousey will be questionable, and Kevin Winston Jr. is doubtful. Kevin Zeitler, Cam Ward, off the injury report. Chloe Mullins, who was on the injury report all week, was placed on IR this morning. Brian Callahan said they'll be bringing up running back Jordan Mims off the practice squad.
Sean Pendergast joins us from Sports Radio 610 in Houston. He does mornings there. You can catch him on X at Sean T. Pendergast. We have him on from time to time. Sean, what's up? How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing great, Brent. Ron, how you guys doing?
Doing good, my guy.
We're doing great, and we're talking about a game involving two 0-3 teams. There are only 6 of them, but here we are. 2 of them are playing. One is favored by 7.5. Let's start with this. Stingley Jr. questionable with an oblique. Obliques are tough, man. You really can't put a timetable on that necessarily. Where do they stand with him? He's one of the better corners in the game.
Yeah, he hadn't practiced. I wasn't at practice today. I think it was just a walkthrough today.
Yeah.
So if he was limited, it means he was limited in just walking through. He did not practice on Wednesday. He wasn't even at practice he was inside the building on Wednesday and Thursday. He wasn't out at the practice field. It's purely a guess. If I had to guess, knowing that they have the Ravens coming up next week, I would say they might err to the side of caution. Tremont Smith came in Stingley's place in that Jaguars game and actually played pretty well. So I think they might try to muck it a week without Stingley, knowing that they've got the Ravens on the back end. But we'll see. It's a weird kind of back to the future for us, because the first 2 years Stingley was in the league, he missed half the season with a bunch of, hamstring and soft tissue kind of stuff that honestly plagued him at LSU. A lot of people were pointing fingers at Nick Caserio saying, what are you doing taking this guy? You took him knowing he had an injury history. And then last year he plays all 17 games and he's the best corner in football. So it's a little frustrating that, that we're kind of back to this thing, although this doesn't appear to be as severe as the injuries that put him on the IR a couple years ago.
So you're saying they don't need him against the Titans, probably?
Don't take this as bulletin board material to Coach Callahan and the crew that some loudmouth came on the air in Nashville and said that they might not need Stingley today. All right.
Well, I mean, hell, yesterday I said, Sean, man, we need to play chess here if you're the Titans, and don't even play Cam Ward, because J.C. Latham out at right tackle, and you've got Will Anderson coming at you. Let's just move on to the next week on that deal. Put Brandon Allen out there and see what happens. But in all seriousness, it is a rivalry situation between these two organizations. I think from a fan base perspective, Titans fans are more intrigued by the Colts, maybe, but certainly from an organizational standpoint, these two franchises want this one.
It's from the top down. I'm guessing Amy Adams Strunk is not all that fond of the fans here in Houston that continually throw barbs at her family. And I know that ownership with the Texans is not all that crazy. Firsthand, I know is not all that crazy about the Titans either. So this isn't one of those things where it's a rivalry between the quarterbacks or the head coaches have a history. This is cities. This is ownership on down. This really is kind of it sounds a little disingenuous to say this because both teams are 0-3. This is a little bit of a throw the records out the window situation, I think, at least with certain facets of both organizations. So there is that. I'm really interested to see the energy in the building on Sunday. You know, Houston is a late arriving crowd, even when the team is really good. And these first 3 games, especially on offense, has really tried the patience of this fan base. So I'm anxious to see what the energy is like in the building on Sunday. I'm guessing ultimately, you know, it'll be a normal football game type of atmosphere, but a lot of disillusioned Texan fans out there right now with this team averaging 12 points a game on offense.
Sean Pendergast with us, host of Payne and Pendergast, 6 to 10 on sports. 6 to 10 weekday mornings on Sports Radio 610 in Houston.
Yeah, it should be a little up in arms a little bit. But what is it, from your perspective, that's making this offense kind of start slow? Is it Stroud? Is it, trying to get used to a new offensive line in front of you, if it's one? What is it? The play calling? What do you think? What do you think it is?
Yes. I just say yes on all that. Yes. I would say if I were to power rank them, I would say it's probably like a combination of new system and new offensive line. It's just a disjointed operation. They've been plagued by penalties. What looked to be a fairly clean operation in the preseason at times on the offensive line has not really been like this offensive line is behind where I think we thought they would be based on what we saw in the preseason. They weren't great in the preseason by any means, but they're not as talented as they were last year. Look, they traded away Laramie Tunsil, who's one of the most talented linemen in football. And now most Texan fans were in favor of that trade. I should point that out. I know it sounds crazy, but Laramie's very much a paycheck player, and I think was setting a tone in that O-line room that was kind of a laid-back, laissez-faire sort of tone. Not anything like what the Texans look like on the defensive side of the ball where they're a bunch of rabid dogs. So I think they were trying to change the culture of that room. The problem was, or is, that they're doing it with some journeymen. They're just not all that talented. They need to be playing their assignments perfectly almost just to be average. So I think that's the big thing. C.J. Stroud, I think, is still a little bit off. I think that middle part of the season last year where he was just getting beat to hell, I think really did a number on him. And they're missing Joe Mixon is a huge thing. I mean, Joe Mixon made so many things happen that weren't there last year. You know what I mean? Like, he made so many things. He made something out of nothing so many times last year, and he's not available. And we have no clue as to when or if he's going to be available this year. So I think if I were power ranking the reasons, those would be at the top of the list.
No question, man. I like when you guys have Joe Mixon go out, I'm like, I don't even know if you can put a value on him because he's so good catching the ball at the backfield, blocking. You can split him out, let him run routes. Like, Joe Mixon is a problem in this league when healthy. So how do you supplement that? Do you put more responsibility on C.J. Stroud? Do you ask a guy like Nico to play above and beyond and start getting some revert? Like, what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, I don't know if it's 5. I mean, like, Nico maxes out every week. I don't know if it's even fair to ask him to take his game to another level because he's one of the 5 or 6 best receivers in football, in my opinion.
Who? L'Jarius Sneed said who, Sean?
Yeah, you know what? I forgot that. Yes, he does have an extra gear. We're going to see it on Sunday. My bad. The one thing I'm going to answer your question, Ron, but the one thing I would add to the Mixon thing was the leadership too. Like, it's not just he catches the ball, he's a willing blocker, he's a dynamic runner. He was made a captain of the team midway through the season last year. You know, this wasn't one of these things where he got voted on at the beginning of the year to be a captain because he's one of the older guys. Like, he was demonstrating leadership traits throughout the first half of the year where finally D'Amico's like, we got to make this guy a captain. Yeah. He's, and so now he's not even around. He's not even in the building. We don't know where he is. So there's that. As far as how do they make up for that, I think a lot of people around here would like to see more of Woody Marks, the rookie out of USC that they drafted in the 4th round, who's flashed some things the last couple of weeks. Nick Chubb has been kind of a steady vet. He's not the Nick Chubb of old by any means, but he's not getting knocked in the backfield for 2-yard losses like other guys were, at times.
Yeah.
So he's cranking out 3 and 4 yards every time he touches the ball. I think more Woody Marks, and I think you'll probably see a little more up tempo this week from the Texans. Maybe a little more 3 and 4 wide. CJ getting up to the line and the defense not allowing the defense to get set and doing some tempo. D'Amico Ryan's kind of alluded to that on his coach's show this week. So I think those are probably the big things. Tempo, Woody Marks, and L'Jarius Sneed getting underneath Nico's skin.
Sean Pendergast with us from Sports Radio 610 in Houston, talking Texans and Titans. Let's stay on that path. Denard Wilson has said this week, I think it was Monday, he said he's going to have to get more creative and dial up some blitzes. They have 2 sacks so far in this season, one from a defensive back, which was a drive-by touch the quarterback while he's down kind of deal. So, How do the Texans deal with – I know they've struggled offensively, obviously, but how have they dealt with blitzing situations?
Better this year than last year, but still not great. That's one reason Woody Marks is able to get on the field as a rookie running back is he's very good in pass pro. He's an intelligent football player. So he's not one of these running backs who's, helping out a guy who's already got 2 guys helping him while a linebacker runs right at C.J. Stroud. But it's still not great. Let me put it this way. Anything that has to do with blitz pickup or the offensive line with the Texans this year, and my answer is better than last year, it really doesn't mean much because they were so bad at all of it last year. So it's not great. I mean, that's like that. I would recommend hitting that blitz button just to see what you can do. Because here's the other thing. This is an area where C.J. Stroud has struggled over the course of the second half of last year and this year is he's having a hard time picking up the blitzes sometimes. Sometimes it's on the quarterback to find who the blitzer is and make that hot read and get it out. CJ's not been great at that. CJ has developed a bad habit of running backwards when pressure comes up the middle as opposed to either getting rid of the football, living to fight another day, or stepping up in the pocket. He's had opportunities this year to maneuver in the pocket, and he's instead, run backwards. And when he takes sacks, they're not 6-yard sacks, they're 13-yard sacks. So I would blitz the Texans until they show me that they can't handle it, that they can handle it.
How excited do you think Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter are for this matchup with backup offensive tackle
it's funny,
problems at right tackle?
I was just going to cut you off when you said, how excited do you think Will Anderson? I was just going to go, he's excited. He's always excited. He's excited about everything. He goes to goes to Starbucks. I'm excited, but I think they're chomping at the bit. And it's funny too, guys. Daniil Hunter is the complete opposite of Will Anderson from a personality standpoint. Daniil Hunter is his resting pulse is 22 or something. He is even keel as it gets, and Will Anderson's so excitable. And Will's talked about that, how that's been a big thing that Daniil has been done for him is really kind of calmed him down and said, it's okay, just stay even keel. I think they're chomping at the bit to get after this. They are every game, but you're right. Latham not being there, a rookie quarterback. This is one of those games. It's kind of a little like J.J. Watt used to have back in the Zach Mettenberger days, where you end up the year with 19 sacks and 5 of them were in one game against the Titans or the Jags. This feels like that could be one of those games for one of those guys.
Busy sports time in Houston, man. You've got the Astros 1 game out of the playoffs with 3 to go. You've got injury issues with regard to the Rockets as we get ready for Van Vliet. That's a terrible story, man. I hate that.
Yeah.
Dude,
torn ACL for those that don't know.
That all happened. Yeah, torn ACL, and he's their floor leader. He's their point guard. That all happened within 24 hours. The Astros got swept by the Mariners at home on Sunday afternoon. Then they proceeded to the Texans, lost to the Jags that same day. And then the next day at lunchtime, Fred VanVleet tears his ACL. I wore a Rocket shirt on Monday because the Texans and the Astros have disappointed me so greatly. I wore a Rocket shirt, and I get off the air. I'm not off the air 15 minutes, and Van Vliet's tearing his ACL. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Brutal.
Throw it all away. I will say, man, quickly on the basketball tip, man, this is a hell of an opportunity for a guy like Reed Shepherd, who's given flashes,
Yes.
man. I think that young man can play. He stuns me every time. Every time I think the moment is too big or he can't meet expectations, he does it and exceeds them every time.
Yeah, well, they did not want to put him in any of the trades they were looking at last year. They made that very clear. They like Reed Shepherd. He's a former third overall pick. He got to sit and watch last year. Yeah. I would imagine Van Vliet is still going to be around the team all year because that's the kind of guy that he is. So it's almost like Reed Shepherd is going to have his own personal coach there in Fred Van Vliet. They can't do anything, guys, until like the middle of December because of the way the CBA works in the NBA. Anybody that they would trade in a deal to try to get a veteran point guard, they're not able to move until December 15th because so many of them are brand new guys they brought onto the team, and that's just the rules in the NBA. So I think they're going to roll with Reed Shepherd. I think they're going to give Amen Thompson a little bit of run handling the ball, and he's a rapidly elevating player. He's going to be an all-star someday. I don't think they plan on him being the primary ball handler, but I think he's got that in his bag. And I think they're going to run a lot of stuff through Şengün also. Şengün's got a little bit of that Jokic to him.
Yes,
where
he does.
He's got that, he put him up at the top of the key and let him survey the floor. He's a real good passer for a big man. So it's not ideal. You'd rather have Fred Van Vliet than not have Fred Van Vliet. But they're not these are first world problems now that you got Kevin Durant. Like you got one of the top 10 players in the world on your team. Figure it out,
That's right.
I did Sean's show this morning, and they were like, well, what could Nashville get an NBA team? Right? Because their idea was, Sean, and correct me if I'm misspeaking, but that Nashville's kind of getting everything. It's kind of the city and all this, and I'm like NBA and Nashville, Memphis would literally wage war.
Yeah, they sure would. You wouldn't be able to cross the Shelby County line, boy, and they wouldn't be able to come to Davidson County. I don't know what we'd do with that one.
Well, then I proceeded to say, well, I'm up for watching a Civil War in Tennessee from down here.
Civil War in Tennessee.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm here for that.
Sean, hey, great catching up with you a couple of times today, man. Appreciate you doing the show, and we look forward to it. Texans and Titans coming up Sunday.
Week 11, let's do it again, man. The irresistible force meets the immovable object. We're like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan staring at each other in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania right now.
I love that that these two teams will play again in Week 11. I don't even know who the Titans play next week.
Dude.
Thank you, Sean.
Brent,
yeah.
And as you know, when you're 0-3, you're looking ahead to find out where that first win is. So I know the schedule chapter and verse, bro.
I love it. Hey,
we just know when we play the Saints, so we'll leave it at that.
There you go.
Hey, Sean, congrats to everyone at Sports Radio 610 on the Marconi Award nomination. That's a big deal, man.
Absolutely. Same to you guys, man. Excited for that, and may the best station win on October 21st. I was super excited to see you guys get that nomination. I'm a big fan of what you guys do.
Same, brother. Appreciate you.
Yep.
There he goes.
Take care, guys. Good talking.
Yes,
Sean Pendergast. So Sean Pendergast got into Sports Talk Radio because he used to do the Smack Off with on Jim Rome's show, and he won like 10 years in a row. So at that point, he was like, "Well, maybe I should make a career out of this."
Sounds like it is. That's what it was leading to.
And he's a great dude. Titans Texans coming up on Sunday. You can catch all the action right here on 104.5 The Zone. League Company countdown to kickoff will begin at 9 a.m. Titans a 7.5-point underdog. We'll break it down further a little bit later. We've got tons of college football to get into. When we come back, however, Charles Pulliam will join us, the High School Power Hour coming up tonight, and there are some big high school football games. We'll preview that with Charles next, 3HL, broadcasting live from Greystone Golf Club in Dixon, the Fight DMD 16th Annual Golf for a Cure presented by Cornerstone Mechanical. You can help as well. Donate, fightdmd.com. We'll be right back.
It's that time of year to get that lawn going. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply can help. DickensSupply.com. My man Trey Hartsook is here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, super exciting time of year in the landscape supply industry because you're really seeing now that you have to have a mower to cut your grass with all this rain that we've had, and we'll continue to have, it looks like. Got to have a machine that you can count on. And if you're in the market for one, there's no better place to look than Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. We offer the best brands in the industry. It doesn't matter whether you're a commercial cutter or just a weekend warrior residential guy. We have the best options available for you. Stop in and see us. We're conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Something great that we're doing, Brent, and we'll continue to do is the service department in the back. Those guys are really, really good. Our mechanics are awesome about getting guys in, getting them out, getting them the machine that they need so they can keep that yard looking really good. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Our locations in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lamar, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
Want to tell you guys about Zero Res. Get insanely clean carpets from Zero Res. And right now, they got an awesome September special going on. You know what? It's crazy. I just had one of my neighbors reach out on the Facebook page, on the neighborhood page, and say, hey, I need somewhere that doesn't have harsh chemicals. I said, I got you. It's Zero Res. Right now, 3 rooms of carpet clean for $139 plus a hallway, or $129 for 2 rooms and stairs cleaned. How about that? Here's your phone number, 615-535-9376. No harsh chemicals. They clean with special water. Book online at Zero Res, that's a Z, ZeroResNashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from Greystone Golf Club in Dixon. Fight DMD, 16th annual Golf for a Cure, presented by Cornerstone Mechanical. You can help, too. Donate at fightdmd.com. We'll get you more information about Duchenne muscular dystrophy, but you can get it on your own at fightdmd.com. This is a debilitating disease that is 100% fatal, usually by the early mid-20s for these kids. And Terry Marlin is the guy behind Fight DMD here locally, and he has done an incredible job for years. And we've done the best that we can as a radio station helping him. And so many people get involved with these guys. TriStar Bank, McClure Eye Center, Flow Construction also involved. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you, Zeph. And I just lost where I was going. There it is. Eric on YouTube. Oh, wow. NBA talk on 104.5. Shocking concept. Eric, where you been, bro? Where you been? You understand that Ron Slay is on this show?
We talk about it, brother. Believe it.
But thank you for participating.
I mean, it's not even started right now, though.
I know, and we're still talking. We talked about it the other day, as a matter of fact. But, yeah, so I heard you talking about the Vols and the Lady Vols on Ramon and Will this morning.
Hey, man, I'm impressed by what, of course, what the Vols are doing, because it's Barnes. He's going into, what, 11th year or 12th year? 11th year? I think 11th year.
I think it is 11.
Yeah.
So, you know it's James Franklin's 12th year at Penn State?
Wow. That's warp speed.
Warp.
Like, dude, man, good gosh. But I really impressed by what, of course, what the Vols are doing, but the Lady Vols, man, that structure and culture that's been developed.
2 5-stars, 3 4-stars this year. Coming in.
This is 11th, yeah. Okay. Yeah, like what you taking
top
in.
10 transfer also.
Yeah, like, and what you, like, it's not easy. It's not easy, to be able to get those athletes to, you know what I mean, buy into what you're doing, especially as a new coach. Like, it's always show and prove, especially when a new coach comes in or recruits come in, or transfers for that for better or worse. It don't matter. Like, you got to be able to go out there and understand exactly what needs to be done. Listening to Kaya Wynn speak.
Yeah.
Like,
with Mike Keith.
Yeah, with Mike Keith on the Mike Keith show. Like, that was everything I needed to hear. Like, that right there is how Dawn Staley established her reign in South Carolina. Same way Kilmorky did.
Taylor on YouTube, how about some NSC talk? You probably have to go somewhere else to get some of that. But
no, you got to go. You got to wait on Will.
Well, yeah.
Or Pan. Pan and them talked about it in the morning.
And then he says, Preds, ? And I'm like, I went to the preseason game.
Yeah.
How many of y'all went?
0. Not me.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I saw the number 5 pick score 2 goals the other day, and we talked about it on the show. So there you go, Taylor. Thank you. Charles Pulliam joins us now. Yes, the high school power hour coming up tonight. Some big games, Charles, coming up tonight, man, and it's crazy to think that we're halfway through the high school football season.
Yeah, pretty crazy how fast everything goes here. Lots of unbeaten teams, lots of fun matchups, like you said, though. Pretty excited. A lot of local ones here, too. That's the big one. Brentwood Academy hosting Ensworth in a big one.
Yes.
NBA hosting Baylor. You name it. There's some fun ones out here, man.
Some big prospects in that Ensworth-Brentwood Academy game as well. And I know Bowman recently decommitted from Oregon, right? Five-star wide receiver?
Yeah, just last week, actually, too. And remember, he's just a junior. I think a lot of people tend to forget about that. But, you know, he's caught more than, I think he's got about, 415, 420 yards receiving already, 9 touchdowns or so. He's just one of those studs. And, kind of curious on that front. But he's going to get to go against that 4-star Minnesota commit from Ensworth, Justin Hopkins. That'll be a kind of fun matchup, one of those that we're going to be following closely, because you just love seeing how those guys match up, and then with the potential of even seeing each other at the college ranks, you can never go wrong either.
Yep, Hasselbeck's kid involved in that game as quarterback as well. BGA and FRA, what do you see in this matchup?
Oh, man, so BGA had the week off. This is kind of the decider, I think, in that middle region there, Division II AA middle region. Caden Maribel was a Mr. Football finalist last year as a junior. That quarterback has this explosive offense for BGA just rolling. Now, remember, just 4 games played, he's thrown for almost 1,100 yards and 16 touchdowns. Just crazy stats. Fun team to watch. Bobby Bentley's the coach there, veteran guys, coached at just about every level there, and you just think about what that team's capable of. And now they're going to go to FRA, and I mean they're putting up 40, 45 a game no matter what. It's going to be a challenge, but FRA is at home, so that's one of my big circled games locally here at that D2 AA level.
Well, when you look at what's going on in Rutherford County, you know what Oakland is going to be. Can Blackman challenge them is the real question.
I know. That's the thing, too. Last year, Blackman and Oakland battled out, I think, one of the closest games of Oakland been in a while here, you know. So Oakland leads that series 23-6. Overall, Blackman hasn't won against Oakland, I think, since about 2014. It's been well over a decade, but at the same time, both these teams are 5-0. Both of them are 2-0 in Region 3-6A. Oakland shut out their last 3 opponents, but, you know, you just Coach Kreisky, the Fighting Kreiskys over there at Blackman, you just don't know, man. I mean, I'm curious because I think this is just one of those fun ones, but Oakland's, they're a machine, guys. They're so fun. I watched them beat up on CPA in week 1, and that's an entertaining team, but it should be an entertaining game there in Rutherford.
Couple other undefeated teams, Baylor at NBA tonight. What do you see in that matchup?
So Baylor came last week over to CPA, and you know CPA's their first year in Division II AAA. They've been in the championship game 7 years in a row. This massive resume, really tough schedule, and it was a 48-7 game, and it was kind of done at the half. Man, I mean, Baylor's got their returning Mr. Football guy David Gabriel Georges, and he had 3 touchdowns and 136 yards at halftime. Just absolutely bulldozed CPA, and, just not used to seeing that. And here we got NBA and Coach Chauvin's first year, and they're 4-0. And, this is a true East Region matchup. But I loved what the Big Red did last week. They went to Knox Catholic. They held them to 10 points, picked up a big win. But Baylor just kind of seems like that team. They got so many weapons out there. But maybe, this will be that first true test for NBA at home, and Coach Chauvin and company's looked good so far. A couple 4-0 teams. One's going to go to 2-0 in the East region there in D2 AAA. It should be a fun one.
Charles Pulliam with us, the High School Power Hour coming up tonight. Charles, 9 to 11 tonight on 104.5 The Zone?
9 to 11. Garth Bolden and I are going to be hanging out. We'll be following a lot. We actually have, we're stepping outside of football for a moment. We're going to talk to the 2-time defending state champion Brentwood golf team. Kind of fun. So kind of excited. Oh, actually, I'm on my way to meet up with a buddy to go to T-Line. I know Slay's like the new curler. So I was kind of curious if you guys might have any tips on a first time for a curler.
Yeah, that place is awesome.
You're going to have a ball in there. And hey, hang out at the bar. Hang out at the bar. They take care of you up there, too.
Love it, Charles. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. 9 to 11, High School Power Hour coming up tonight on 104.5 The Zone. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Looking forward to it. We'll have a good one, guys, and always appreciate it. Have fun out there, and I'll let you know how curling goes, all right?
Please do. I can't wait.
I love it. When we come back, we'll talk some college football. Huge games coming up as we continue to broadcast live from the Fight DMD Golf Tournament, Golf for a Cure, presented by Cornerstone Mechanical. You can help as well. Donate at fightdmd.com. Football season is snack season. Do it the right way, and you can do it with Daisy brand French onion dip and Daisy ranch dip, and you will not be sorry at all because you'll have your football watching pleasures. You'll also have your snack pleasures as well. New obsession, Daisy French onion dip. Guilty pleasure during football season, eating dips with chips, wings, veggies while watching the big games. And Daisy now coming out with the delicious Daisy French onion dip and Daisy ranch dip, and These are game changers, no question about it. Delicious as homemade dips, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you would find in your own kitchen, potentially. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip, Daisy Ranch Dip at any grocery store near you, and you can't have chips without dip. Having said that, choose the best dip. Daisy French Onion Dip, Daisy Ranch Dip, the absolute best. So great and the perfect complement to all of the games that you will be watching. Daisy French Onion Dip, Daisy Ranch Dip at all grocery stores.
What's happening, good people? It's here, your favorite time of the year, and I'm talking about the fall weather with football season and, of course, the delicious food we all crave. And y'all know my love for Shoney's, don't you? They got what you want. They got what you need, and it comes fresh. Always fresh and always delicious. With 4 Shoney's locations right here in Middle Tennessee, like Clarksville, Dixon, Lebanon, and on Donaldson Pike, you can't go wrong. You can enjoy the endless variety of options and understand it comes with a fantastic value. All made from fresh and the finest quality ingredients. Go to the Shoney's All You Care to Eat breakfast, fresh food bar, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or go to the extensive menu where you can get burgers, you can get whatever it is you're looking for, I promise you. But don't forget that world-famous hot fudge cake. Whew, iconic. They call it Southern hospitality with a twist, so make sure you come on back to Shoney's during your favorite time of the year, which is right now. Stop by any Shoney's, Clarksville, Dixon, Lebanon, and Donaldson Pike in Nashville. Shoney's, let's eat.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. I'm Just Bonanno live from the Greystone Golf Course. The Titans will head to Houston this weekend in a matchup of winless teams. Some notes before Sunday's matchup. J.C. Latham, Bryce Oliver both out for the Titans. Oli Udoh will get the start at right tackle. Kevin Zeitler off the injury report and is good to go. Running back Jordan Mims will be called up from the practice squad, with rookie Kalel Mullins being placed on IR today with that ankle injury. New play caller Bo Hardigree will call plays from the sidelines, and Texans cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. was limited today and listed as questionable for Sunday with an oblique injury on their injury report. Kickoff is Sunday at noon with Titans radio coverage starting at 11. The league company countdown to kickoff starts at 9 right here on The Zone. Number 15, Tennessee heads on the road for the first time of the season against Mississippi State. Kickoff is at 3:15. Vol Network coverage of the game starts right here on The Zone at 12:45. And number 18, Vanderbilt is hosting Utah State this weekend on Saturday at 11:45. For our foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home with the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, Friday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Friday. It's going to be a great weekend if you like college football.
Yes, it is. It's lined up for you.
Babsy is in Wake Forest in advance of Georgia Tech at Wake Forest, 12 o'clock. She'll be on the sideline, ESPN2. Ron Slay is here, y'all.
I'm in the building. You better be ready. I so miss that. I so miss the car having a roof, dog. Like
having no roof?
Yeah, or having a roof, but can't come out and play.
Oh,
sometimes the ones that ain't got the roof, it's just got to stay in the garage because can't come out there. It's raining L's on us right now.
When is all that going to change, Slay Dog?
Hopefully it can change Sunday. I will say one thing. As I take a little sip of water, I heard Big Jeff say, our best players got to play better. Like that right there.
Have you ever said that to a reporter before?
No, man. Because those are the ones, like you usually say, man, we need everybody else to step up. We got guys carrying the weight. Like we need people, the role guys to maybe step up and, play a little bit above the means. But, dog.
I get it, though.
I totally get it. And he included himself, too. He said there's some plays I wish I could have back. But if you get your guys that are guys to play where they're supposed to, then you can always live with the result.
He only has 1 sack, but he has 7 pressures, which is top 5 NFL.
Yeah, I wish we could see the double rate. Like, how much is he getting doubled every play?
All the
You know what I mean?
Freaking time.
Yeah, like that. Believe it.
Almost went there.
Believe it. And one of the guys, too, though, man, we got to see something. I would love to see something from Femi. Femi?
Yeah.
Did I say his name?
Femi. Yeah.
Femi.
We haven't said it in a while.
No, we haven't. Arden Key's another one.
Arden Key. Where's he
dog, it's time to deliver, man. You gotta deliver, man. You gotta deliver.
What about Draymond Jones? We haven't talked about him all year.
That's another one that we should be talking about. It's so much. Like I always say, man, this is the land of opportunity. Anything you're looking for, the Titans have it for you. Whether it be playing time, if you get out there, you make the most of it, you can become a starter. It don't matter where you drafted. It don't matter if you were taken as a free agent. The opportunity is always going to be there. You got to be able to go out there and deliver. We're just not delivering right now. And health. We need our guys to be healthy. If they were healthy, I think that would make a big difference too, especially offensively. Zeitler coming, he's out the day before a game. Then you get J.C. Latham. You don't know what to do with him. Savondre Sweat.
Zeitler is back, though. That's an important note there. Right guard is back.
Good.
He'll make his 200th start in the NFL.
Good.
I heard Moan say he started 151 games. That is incredible.
Moan did? Mm-hmm. That's pretty dope. Good job, Savage. Good guy, man.
Good job. He's a good guy.
Good guy, dude. You know what I mean? But that
you
takes
can count on it.
That takes a different grind.
It
takes a different grind, man, because that means you battling through injuries.
Yep.
When you got games in hand, whether it be playoffs, you still out there like it, man. Ain't nothing like being reliable.
4:20, Jarrett Garantano coming up. He will break down what he saw with regard to Tennessee's offense against UAB and take a look at what we might see against Mississippi State. And if y'all haven't done the research, Jeff Lebby actually hired by Josh Heupel when he was at Central Florida from an NAIA school. So these offenses have the same principles.
Yeah.
And they look very similar. Tennessee just ahead of Mississippi State in terms of the roster. Doesn't mean they'll win.
Yeah.
I think that they will. But we will break down that game with Jarrett Garantano coming up.
Watching him, I remember us watching him at SEC Media Day. We got an opportunity to talk to all of the guys. Did we talk to all their players? Talk to all their players, but watching Lebby walk by, man, it felt like it was a different aura. His chest was out. His chin was high.
Yep.
Like you could feel the confidence. And I was wondering, like, why is this man walking around confident like this?
They
like,
won 2 games last year.
Yeah, like what's gotten into you? What you know that we don't? And I think one of the things you got to start with, shaping.
He's
Blake is healthy.
injury free.
Yeah,
Yep.
like and then you get a hell of a weapon. Like if you enable most explosive guys in the SEC, you go through 5 guys. Concepcion's gonna be in there, for sure. But
Texas A&M.
Brendan Thompson's gonna be in there. He got to be in there. Like
What
just
did you
explosive.
say? He ran 23
miles,
per
yes.
hour, something like that.
That's
He
way faster
told
than
us at
himself.
media days that he thought he was the fastest. He didn't say he was.
No.
He said he thought he might be the fastest player in college football.
Yeah. Zeph, can your legs go that fast?
No. Not even close.
23
Maybe
is
half
moving, dog. That's moving.
Vault Network coverage begins at 12:45 right here on 104.5 The Zone. ESPN Analytics gives Tennessee a 73.7% chance to win that game.
Yeah, and SEC play, throw that out. That's good for us to lead up to it, but
Yeah.
once we get to Saturday, that don't mean nothing.
I heard Brent Hubbs this morning on Ramon and Will say each team has 5 passes of over 50 yards and each team has 7 runs of over 20 yards. Tennessee was missing 4 defensive starters against Georgia. Defensive tackle Jackson Moy is back, and that will be back because that will be big because it's not just him being available; it also helps in terms of rotation.
Yes, and that's what they've keyed on that the last 3 years.
Vols are second in the SEC with 15 sacks. Can the Vols get to Mississippi State quarterback Blake Shapen? He's been sacked 6 times. Arizona State got to him 3 times. Northern Illinois got to him twice. So that is definitely something
I
to
watched
watch.
that game, man. I thought Northern Illinois, they gave it all they could.
Mississippi State wide receiver Brendan Thompson, 5'9", 170, fast as crap. Averages 17.1 yards per catch. He caught 6 balls for 133 and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner, 58-yarder against Arizona State. For Tennessee wide receiver Chris Brazel, 25 receptions, 426 yards. The 426 is 5th in the country in receiving yards. 6 touchdowns, leads the nation in receiving touchdowns. So a couple of elements there. Blake Shapen completing 67% of his passes, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 221 per game. Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar, 67% as well, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 281 per game. The combination at running back, Deshaun Bishop, Star Thomas, Peyton Lewis against Syracuse, 31 for 212, 2 touchdowns. Against East Tennessee State, 23 for 156 and 4 touchdowns. Against Georgia, 29 for 133, 0 touchdowns. UAB, 29 for 191 and 4 touchdowns. That is key. Can Tennessee run the football? Arizona State ran it for 251.
It's supposed to be 85 degrees down there, too.
What do you expect to see from Joey Aguilar in his first SEC road start?
Man.
What do you think, Slay?
I tell you what, Zev Yoro, man, I think, man, watching him, the calm that he has.
You don't think he'll be bothered?
I honestly don't, man.
I don't either.
Just for the simple fact, I thought if this was the first one, because you kind of treat Atlanta as a road game, you know what I'm saying? So you get to go through your routine, get exactly what you want to do, you know how the time is split up. But, man, this young man is calm, dog, and he knows who his guys are.
Yeah.
So that builds confidence in itself going on the road. Now, if he get out there and we're used to starting fast and we're used to connecting, and they all throws that are, you know what I mean, pitch and catch like in the backyard. There's nothing overzealous or extreme that we need to hit on the 45-yard bomb out the door. It's all dink and dunk early to get him in a rhythm. If he get that rhythm, which I believe he will, especially with the run game, I expect them to be fine, man. And it's going to definitely be a whiteout. But, man, I'm hearing a whole lot of Vols fans going.
I think that's definitely true. The other thing about Aguilar is we thought he would be affected by Georgia, and he wasn't.
Yeah, O-line, salute to him. O-line, salute to him.
Kept him clean. Utah State at number 18, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, a 23.5-point favorite, 11:45 SEC Network. Vanderbilt slate hasn't been 5-0 since 2008. 17 years. Vandy lost. This is amazing. We were talking about their turnaround earlier in the week. They lost 15 out of 17 from the end of 2023 into 2024. So 2-15. And then they immediately flip it. Since then, they're 9-4. They're ranked 18th. The highest Vanderbilt has ever been ranked is 13th in 2008. Utah State is 3-1. Their only loss was 44-22 to Texas A&M. Quarterback Bryson Barnes was 15-30 in that game, 169, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions against Texas A&M. He has 8 touchdown passes, just 1 pick on the season. Last week against McNeese, and I get it that it's McNeese, but this dude, just for knowledge's sake, 13 carries, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns, the quarterback for Utah State. He also threw 3 touchdown passes and 293 yards, so he had a huge game last week. But, again, that was McNeese. Vandy has a trip to Alabama next week. Any chance Vandy looks ahead and has a little lull this weekend?
No, because of who the leader is, and I'm not talking about Diego Pavia. I'm talking about Clark Lee. No question. Nope, not at all. If it was one tweak that I would love to make to Vandy's system, Diego Pavia is leading them in rushing. I just looked at it. It's only about 5 yards.
Yeah.
But
Cedric Alexander.
And that's the way he plays.
Macklin Young is the guy from New Mexico State. I know they would love to get him more.
You know what I'm saying? So I need to see a little bit of a shift in that, because now after Saturday, you're in the SEC schedule. Like, them hit, no knock to anybody else, but them hits ain't Georgia State. Them hits ain't Utah State. You know what I mean? Like, you going up against the people that won't knock your block off.
We'll talk Tennessee football next. Jay Garantano is the YouTube site at Jay Garantano. JG joins us next, 3HL. FightDMD.com. Y'all, help out as best you can. FightDMD.com. We'll be right back. You know how life can change in an instant. A car wreck can throw everything off, your job, your bills, your peace of mind. That's when you need our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. Bart Durham Injury Law has been helping Middle Tennesseans for a long, long time, doing as best they can to help you guys out. Here's the thing. Go ahead and get the number into your phone. This is Blair's number, 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. They're here 24/7, ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000. Marine veteran Blair Durham and his team have been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up when they're supposed to, what they're supposed to, how they're supposed to. No upfront costs, no waiting around. Just real people making sure you get what you deserve. Call BDIL, Bart Durham Injury Law, 615-242-9000. If you've been injured, don't wait. Get the number into your phone, 615-242-9000. They are here 24/7 and ready to fight for you. That's 615-242-9000.
We have a new Dawn deal for Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. It's for the month of September, so maybe you are out there and you know you need new windows and new doors, replacement windows for your old windows in your home. I feel you, and I feel you that it's not really the most exciting thing to replace in your home, but sometimes you just got to do it. And for September, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, if you tell them you know me and ask for the Dawn deal, they'll give you 55% off qualifying installations, 0% APR for 48 full months. That is plenty of time to pay off those windows and doors. And I'll tell you that Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville are the absolute best, the best to work with, the best people, family-oriented business. They've got lifetime warranties on all of their products. And then on top of it, they also back it up with a 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. Reach out to them. You can do it easily online or call them 615-249-19 710. Ask for my girl Brittany. Schedule a free consultation. Tell them to give you the Dawn deal. It's PellaNashville.com.
Three, tell 104.5 the Zone Friday edition. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Don Davenport is in Wake Forest in advance of Georgia Tech at Wake Forest. Take a 13.5-point favorite in that game. That's noon on ESPN2. You can see her on the sideline there. Broadcasting live for the Fight DMD Golf for a Cure golf tournament.
Terry Marlin's going to join us at 4:45 and tell you his story, and we encourage you to listen because it's very important. And FightDMD.com is the website. In January of 2009, Terry's 2 sons were diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy at the ages of 5 and 2. DMD, horrible disease that is fatal 100% of the time with no current cure. The disease affects 1 in 3,500 boys born each year with no ethnic or geographical boundaries. And when they received the news, it was the most overwhelming and unbelievable time a parent could face. FightDMD.com. He'll tell you his story at 4:45. Tennessee and Mississippi State, one of the key matchups this weekend. Vols favored by 7.5 in Starkville, and there will be some cowbells.
Absolutely.
Ringing. I've heard that they will sell you a cowbell in Starkville, despite what you hear.
Really?
And plain, like with no Mississippi State stuff on it.
So if I don't get the opportunity to go and get me an orange one, I will be buying a white one.
So, funny you say that. I am scrolling on Twitter right now, and
always bet on black.
Yes.
Ramon Foster actually just put out a picture of a $20 Mississippi State cowbell that you can buy. And he said, y'all told me I had to be gifted one. $20 is a self-bought gift to me.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's got the Mississippi State logo on it.
I don't think you just need the noise.
I need to know where he stopped and got that.
What I understand to be true in Starkville, they will sell you blank ones because they like to paint them.
Okay.
So you can do whatever you want.
Will they sell them to you if you're wearing that power tee?
They got no choice.
Dude, money's green.
Yeah.
It's not orange or maroon.
I don't know. College football.
Does mean more, though.
Come on now. SEC does mean more.
We're going to put it to the test.
Jared Garantano joins us now at Jay Garantano on YouTube. Go ahead and give him a follow there. JG, I saw you're like over 6,000 followers somewhere in there, man. This thing is really taking off.
Yeah, definitely flying. You guys are talking about these cowbells. If I saw a cowbell, I'd want to launch it in the hall and the highway.
Well, here's Slay's idea, JG.
No, it's Savage. Ramon idea.
Oh,
I stole it from him.
But you're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
JG, they want to get cowbells so they can ring them while Mississippi State has the ball.
Oh, man. And I hope you have the boxing gloves right next to you because there's going to be some price.
JG, one thing. By the time I get to that game time, boy, I promise I'm gonna be feeling like Mike Tyson now. I might go down like him too, but I'm throwing a couple of good ones. I promise you.
That tailgate will have you going.
There you go.
JG, how much fun are you having breaking down film on YouTube and interacting with fans?
I think I'm having just as much fun as playing. It's kind of like it's giving me something to do, and it's also allowing me to stay in the game as much as possible. So just the feeling of watching tape and breaking down players and staying up week to week with the team, it kind of makes me feel like I'm a part of the team. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to break this one down that's coming tomorrow because I think it's going to be a really good one from both sides. But it's really been a great experience for me.
Well, before we get to Mississippi State, let's take a look at some of the plays in the UAB game. That first touchdown pass, 19-yard pass from Aguilar to Brazel. What did you see on that play? And we keep talking about that dude every single week. He now leads the nation with 6 touchdown receptions, is 5th in receiving yards. He's having an incredible year.
Yeah, that play was a really good play design, I would say. If you look at the previous play before, they ran the same exact basic formation, stacked to the boundary. They saw that they were playing cover 1 man-to-man. So Coach Heupel, they ran the ball that play. The next play, Coach Heupel comes back to it, or Coach Hazard comes right back to it. And instead of running that same smoke screen, they run the smoke and pop, and they ran it to absolute perfection. It was as good of a play call as you could have, just knowing that you got that same look. Let's go back to it, and if we have that look, it's going to be a score. Brazel did the best job that he could. He showed hands. He really made them pursue the smoke. Joey sold it with the pump fake, and you guys saw it. It was a walk-in. But it was a great play call, great execution.
So is the key on that play just for everybody to remain patient and just kind of go through it? Because watching that in real time, I don't really know how you defend that.
It's really tough, too, especially when you've just seen the play before. The key part is, like you said, patience. So, like in football terms, like we would do like 1,001, 1,002, like we're playing hide and seek. Mm-hmm. So Brazel in his head is going for 1,002, 1,001, 1,002, let go, and then he's off to the races. So it takes a little bit of patience. Also, the ball fake by Joey, setting up, pretend like he's throwing the smoke. That'll get those guys, those defenders, eyes all messed up. And when the defenders see that that Brazel's hands are wide and hands are attacking, they're thinking that he's really blocking. So he did a great job selling it and being patient enough to really let the play unfold.
TD number 2, a 39-yard pass to Mike Matthews. That's another guy, man. It's funny. We talked about this last week, but that was a big question. Not the skill level of the wide receivers, because they're all 4- and 5-star players, right? But, like, just the lack of production until now, and they have all developed, including Staley.
Oh, incredibly. I mean, that play exactly is what the young kids call blur. He literally blurred them. He was flying. He did a 40-yard dash and smoked them. But that was just a great ball by Joey. I mean, Matthews didn't do anything crazy on that except run fast as heck, which was his God-given speed. And he left a lot of room for Joey to be able to throw outside if he needed to. And it happened. And if you see it, it was as easy as 1, 2, 3. The ball went up. We had a couple of those opportunities in the game. Obviously, we hit that one. I thought there was a few more. I mean, I hope that we get to see him tomorrow or throughout the year. But Matthews is a burner. And from Joey's perspective, get that ball up and out, because if he's flying like that, he's going to step on that DB's toes and he's going to beat him.
Is that the key from a quarterback position? Like, pre-snap, like, okay, I've got this look, and this guy is this fast. Like, I've got to be patient and get my feet set, but I got to get that ball out quickly, right?
Yeah, it's all about KYP, and KYP is you guys got to know your personnel. And pre-snap, if you like the look, I mean, honestly, it looks like Joey likes to look from 20 yards off, right? Like he chucked one versus George, and the guy was bailing. So he's trusting these guys, and pre-snap, it's all happening so fast. But if you look to your left or right, you know where Matthews is, and he's probably our fastest guy. And you're sitting there saying, all right, we got a matchup there that we really like. Let me set my feet a little bit faster and put it up. But that's all happening like at the snap of a fingers. And honestly, it's really cool to see that they had that type of chemistry, because I know it's only game 4, but we keep talking about it. Joey's only been here for the past 3 months, right? Like this thing, like really, it's
crazy.
It's really happening fast. We're already a third of the way through the season, which is crazy. I keep saying the 3 months, 4 months thing, but the way that they're able to connect on these passes already, and it should only make us like excited for future games.
That's what I was gonna say, JG, man. You watch them and you start to wonder, especially the way the receivers are emerging. And you got to have some that's itching behind them to get an opportunity. But you watch also the running game. It's somebody every 2 weeks. It's somebody different. It's Bishop, then it's Star Thomas emerging, then Peyton Lewis wants some. So, what's the ceiling for this offense? If you could go in warp speed and kind of figure out exactly what you think the ceiling is for this group with JG hitting this O-line, which I think is maybe not talked about. Now we're just getting in the SEC play, but not talked about enough in my perspective. So what's your thoughts on them, and what's the ceiling that it could be?
I almost fell out my chair when I saw Payton have that run last week. I said, who is this guy? I said, who is this guy? I said, where does he come from? You see the move that he was putting on people? I was like, wait, he's been just stashed away?
Right.
No, but that's where you talk about, that's when Tennessee's starting to change. When we have that level of depth at every position like that, where you have younger guys that are really good players, that's where we talk about the teams of the past, the Nick Saban era teams that had guys that are in the 3s, the 4s, like that. Those level of special teams, that's where it happens. The depth is where it comes from. And then you look at, the running game's going to have to be big tomorrow. They're one of the best passing defenses in all of college football, because they kind of play that bend but don't break defense. They make you throw underneath. So we're going to have to really run the ball efficiently. With our running back room, our running backs, one of the rooms are one of the most talented in college football. So I'm super excited for that test tomorrow to see them all play really well. But then we still look at our offensive line. Our offensive line's playing off the walls. And we don't even have potentially one of our best offensive linemen. Who knows how he'll be as a freshman, but in years to come, he'll probably be a draft pick if he really turns out to be what everybody thinks he's going to be with David Sanders. I know that we said that he might be available this week. I know that might be a really tough thing for a freshman to come off injury to go right to the cowbells in his ear. So maybe we give him another week to kind of process that. But offensive line-wise, we're being physical. We're blocking the right guys. We're up to the test versus a Georgia defense that doesn't ever get 40 points scored on them. So I'm really excited for that group right there, because I think we're going to have to rely on them heavier and heavier as SEC play happens. you know how it is. The defensive lines in the SEC are really good. Linebackers are really good. So being able to run the ball and being able to get behind those tight ends that I love so much. Our tight ends are really sick players. They're really good football players, and they're really good blockers. Being able to run behind those guys is what's going to help us in those closer football games come down the road.
How big is it, JG, to be in the groove and kind of have your body calloused up, if it makes sense? And I'll put it in these terms. You've already played an SEC game, and you played it against Georgia, where you know the physicality was going to be there. You survived that. You came out of it. You know what it's like going into the SEC play. This will be Mississippi State's first game. Now, they played Northern Illinois, Alcorn, Arizona State, and USM. It's a big difference stepping into SEC play. How advantageous is that for Tennessee to have already played an SEC game and know what their physicality is like?
Yeah, I'd say that as big of the cowbells is an advantage for Mississippi State. I'd say us playing SEC football games as big of an advantage as that. Like, I think they're really equaled off, honestly. Mississippi State played a really good Arizona State team, right? They were 12th. They were ranked 12th in the country. Arizona State was hot. They have a pretty good quarterback. Receivers really good. Outside of that, like you said, they really haven't been up to the test for any teams. Yeah, they've played really good football outside, and they've handled business, which is enough speaking for itself. But when you look at what we've been through and going through that Georgia game and having the ups and downs and being able to deal with a really good defense at that point, and I mean, Gunnar Stockton played the game of his life. We talked about that already. But being able to see that and go through the fire with our guys is going to help us in these atmospheres that are going to be a little bit unknown, right? Joey, this is going to be his first time playing on the road in the SEC. This is not some walk in the park, right? Like, unfortunately, fortunately, I've played in a lot of them, and I used to love playing away, but it's also something that's really difficult. The cadence, the signaling, the communication, all that stuff is going to be really difficult at first. As the game goes on, we get some momentum, we start to understand our surroundings, it'll be a little bit different. But all these things those are things that are the unknowns, right? We always talk about the unknowns, us three. That unknown from Joey's first SEC experience to Mississippi State's first SEC game, I think a lot of that goes hand in hand with each other. And I think it honestly offsets. I think Mississippi State's also a lot better of a football team than a lot of people think they are, to be honest. So I think it's just in the makings of a really good football game, which I'm really excited to watch as a fan. And I'm really excited for the matchups, and I'm excited to see how this thing turns out.
Jerry Garantano joins us every Friday to break down Tennessee football. JG, what was your favorite place to play, not Neyland Stadium?
Favorite place to play?
Like, what was the coolest venue?
I want to say it was damn Auburn and Missouri because I was able to beat them. But then
that Auburn game, man. Woo!
I want to say that, but honestly, I really Alabama was a pretty place, but I was going to curse. See, you guys had me stop. Dang that place, dang Alabama. I don't give a you know what about Alabama.
That's right.
I really enjoyed South Carolina though. The techno music, the fans, the student sections, that was really cool. The Hedges is awesome. I can't stand Florida, just like a lot of Tennessee fans. So being in the swamp, I couldn't stand it. But there was a lot of good ones. Missouri was cool. I really wish that I got to play at LSU. That was the one that I really wish I got the opportunity to play at.
Yeah.
Just because of Death Valley and the night games there have always been historic. But those games, like, I'm going to be able – I live off those memories right now, right? Like, just being able to think back and feel and remember and just, like, deja vu that thing up. And those are some of the best memories, regardless if it was win-lose or if there were bad memories, great memories. Like, those are just such pure, beautiful memories in my mind that you can't trade them away. There's no money that can really be spent on them, you know?
No, it's such a blessing. You're right about win, loss, whatever. I mean, it's a blessing that you were able to experience those things in your life. Real quick, you mentioned the running backs. I wanted to ask you about this play specifically because Mike Keith comes on with us on Mondays, and he was talking about the RPO game. And the RPO game for a lot of players and teams
is really not a decision made by the quarterback. It's really put the ball in the belly, but I know I'm throwing it here, that kind of thing. He said Aguilar is completely different. He is a football player playing quarterback. He's making decisions, and that leads me to the Peyton Lewis touchdown run, which came on, JG, a legit option play. What did you see in that play, and did you smile when they ran it?
I would say, I honestly, when I watch Joey play, I would say that he's more of a point guard.
Yeah,
I feel like the way that he facilitates the ball and the way that he does, like, there's not a lot of crazy wild plays, which you don't need, but he's really good at facilitating the ball and making right decisions. Whether that's him reading the box count, whether that's him reading the DN, whether that's him reading one player, the apex player, he does really good job at that. And on that option play, it was.
JG, we got you. Usually Slay at this point would be like, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Great point.
He was going so good, I didn't want to mess with him on that one.
Can you guys hear me?
We got you now. Yep. We got you. Yep.
I got you. So on that play, so we had two D tackles that were 3 techniques, so they're super wide. Our DNs were super wide. We had those 2 linebackers mugged up playing basically just A-gap players, and they're playing cover 0. All you had to do as an O-line is go right and leave the end for the quarterback. It was as beautiful as a play call that you could have, and obviously Joey ran into protection. Everybody knows the option game. That's pure. That's like 1980s pure Army game. Like, so he ran right up to that DN, made him make a decision. Great pitch, and that was great blocking on the perimeter too. I made that point in the video. I thought that they blocked super well to that 3 receiver side.
So on the way out, what do you think the keys are for Tennessee against Mississippi State and Starkville to go get this dub?
We have to stop their run game. I think Bothwell and Booth are really good players. They're going to be tough to tackle. Make their
so make okay. Got you.
So their play action pass game could be really effective if their run game's effective. We can't let that happen. Offensively, we talked about it. We have to be able to run the ball, especially against that secondary. If they're going to play soft zones, you've got to be able to run the ball. And I think throwing the football to our tight ends this game is going to be huge. In the middle of the field, short to intermediate, just because of how much those linebackers are going to try to get downhill and how deep those defensive backs are going to be.
Beautiful.
Good stuff, JG, man. Always enjoy these Friday visits. Have fun watching the game, and we'll talk next Friday, brother.
Much love. Make sure you launch a cowbell for me about 100 yards.
I was just going to say, JG, I'm going to have one for you. I promise I'm going to video it.
And the boxing gloves. Don't forget your gloves.
Don't forget the gloves. Yeah.
At Jay Garantano on YouTube and on X. Give him a follow there. Rate, review, subscribe his YouTube channel. Thank you, JG. We'll talk to you next week.
Much love, guys. See you.
All right.
Bro.
When we come back, Terry Marlin, FightDMD.com. That is the reason why we're here, and he'll offer up his reason. Please stay tuned. It's very important. We'll be right back. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. These are your guys, and they will be able to hook you up. Get it done this weekend. Maybe you've been thinking about it for a while. Now's the time to get it done. Maybe you've started the process. If you have, make sure you include Gupton in that process. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. Just let them know what you're looking for. They will point you in the right direction, and you can take your test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All of the information for the dealership is there. Address, phone number, deals they have going on, inventory for new and pre-owned vehicles. Some of the deals they have going on, 1.9% at 72 months, or 10% off MSRP on 2025 Ram 1500s. Jeep Grand Cherokee loyalty dollars are available to you, and you can ask them about that. More than 120 new vehicles in stock. Crazy lease specials on Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Gladiator. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
What's happening, good people? Listen, Big Slate coming to you, and I'm giving you Brentwood Jewelry. Why? Because you're looking for exceptional style and the deals. It's been happening every single day for over 50 years, so why wouldn't you want to dive in? The physical location that you walk into the store, 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Now, whether you're looking for engagements, you're looking for heirlooms, whatever you're trying to get to shine up. I had to go by there and get my ring shined up. What was it, about 2 weeks ago? They knocked that out, man. Had to get a necklace kind of, fixed and touched on. And guess what? Came back in about 30 minutes after I ran some errands, and everything was cool, ready to go. Brandon and the Amalie family, that's how they do it. They take care of you like your family. So whether it's watches you want to dive into, which Brentwood Jewelry is Nashville's premier timepiece dealer in Brentwood. So not only do they have the best selection of watches, they also have the pre-owned Rolexes, vintage or current models. So I'm telling you, you want to dive into that. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood. It's real simple to find. It's BrentwoodJewelry.com.
HL 104.5 The Zone Friday edition. So glad that you are with us. We're looking forward to a great weekend of college football, and we all get caught up in those details, and they're all very important things, but there are more important things that are out there. And our friend Terry Marlin is here Terry, I don't know, man. We go back 15 years, something like that. Can you guys turn him up, please? Can you turn his mic on, please? Yeah, I guess 16, all the way back to the first Golf for a Cure.
Yep. That's when we started. 104.5, the zone has been great to Fight DMD and my family, and spreading the awareness and doing everything that it takes to raise money for kids with Duchenne. And, I didn't know what I was doing at first. I'd been fundraising for years in college and after that. But, when both your boys are diagnosed, it takes on a whole new level.
I know this is hard for you to do, but I think it's important for people to hear because you need the donations and you need the help. And FightDMD.com is the story. But if you could walk us through how you found out and what DMD is.
Yes. So DMD is Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It is a muscle wasting disease that affects all the muscles in the kids' bodies. It starts in the legs. Both boys lost the ability to walk at 8, but it affects all their muscles. Now neither boy can do anything on their own. We take them to the bathroom. We feed them. We put them to bed. But how we were diagnosed, I was on a business trip going to see some customers in Arkansas, and their mom called me at the time and said, hey, because he was 5 years old. They were 5 and 2. And she said, hey, can you pull over? So I'm almost in Memphis heading to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
She said,
that's not a good message.
No. Yeah. And I said, I just thought maybe one of my parents had passed away or, something about my parent.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm good. Just tell me. She's like, no, just call me when you get to the next gas station. Yeah. I said, no.
At that point, no. I need to know now.
So she worked at Old Harding Pediatrics, so that she had taken him in for his kindergarten visits. Mm-hmm. And he had extremely large calf muscles.
And this is Jonah?
This is Jonah.
Yeah.
And so Emery went with her. He's 2 years old. But his leg muscle did not look like Jonah's. Mm-hmm. Jonah looked like, and I told this story earlier with Ramon and Lucas, that his calf muscles were so defined. And that's back when Chris Johnson was playing for the Titans. But Jonah couldn't run. Yeah. And I was coaching him in T-ball, and he couldn't run. I thought, that's odd.
Yeah.
So as a normal dad coach, I was like, well, maybe my parents taught me to run. Mm-hmm. And so I go home, and I was like, bend at the knee, do this. And, I didn't know that it was Duchenne related. Mm-hmm. So she said they don't know what kind of muscular dystrophy it is, but they think he's got muscular dystrophy. But I thought at that time, when he ever starts running, he's going to be faster than Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
Little did I know that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so she said, but I need you to come home because they're going to test Emery the next day. And I was like, well, that's crazy. Nobody has 2 kids with the same disease. Well, they do.
Because you didn't know anything about Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
I knew nothing about DMT. My philanthropy in college was MDA. We raised money, but back then, everybody's ever heard of is ALS or Lou Gehrig's.
Yeah, yep.
So I'd never heard of Duchenne. So then they tell us, and we get genetic testing, and then, of course, you start Googling, the worst thing in the world to Google. And but, you just want to know, what is this? And so then you start learning that, at first they were normal 5 and 2 year olds, other than the fact that, my son couldn't run, and I was trying to coach him in T-ball, but it just affects every muscle in their body, and to watch that is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But, after you Google and you talk to doctors and travel the country, we went to D.C., we went to Cincinnati, we went to Columbus, Ohio. We've been all over just to see specialists. Like, what is this? Yeah. It's because at the time, Vanderbilt didn't have a good DMD clinic. Now they do.
Thanks to you and so many people in our area that have supported you in your cause.
Yes, because when they were diagnosed, and I wasn't happy with the MDA organization, I wanted to start my own foundation because I wanted all the research to go to Duchenne. Yeah. And I wanted cardiac research because the cardiologist said, it will affect their heart. And so I emailed, I didn't even have the foundation set up yet. And I emailed the Dr. Gitlin, the chairman of pediatrics at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, and I said, he met with me. I didn't think he'd even answer my email. He's like, yeah, let's have a meeting. So I went there, and he said, hey, I said, is there DMD research? He said, no. I said, well, then how do we get it started? He said, easy, raise $500,000.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, easy. And so then I set up the foundation. I had the first tournament here, and we raised $60,000 the first tournament. I thought, okay.
Real quick, isn't it a blessing that you had that philanthropy past, at least?
Oh,
that
yeah.
you knew a little bit about how to kickstart something?
Yeah, it definitely helped me. I mean, when you're in college, you know, you're raising money for a fraternity. You just think you're raising money.
Right.
You know, we might raise $3,000 or $4,000 out of we'd do stupid Halloween contests, and you know, you're just in college to have fun.
Yeah.
And you know, then when you get into the generous people that, you know, people that have heard me on the radio, 104.5, that has been a huge blessing to us, and they'll hear me on the radio that didn't know me. They're like, we're going to sponsor your tournament from here on out. He said, I heard your story. I pulled over and cried, and I'm going to support you.
That's real.
And it's all because he heard me here.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know you, but he's got 2 healthy boys. And so, and he's been a huge sponsor for us. He's done well in life.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of people you need.
Absolutely.
You know, our research costs $10 million a year, and we only raised a little over $2 million.
Yeah.
But you can't do it without the big sponsors. You just can't. I mean, y'all know that in radio. But you know, you just don't know who's going to hear this, you know, on their drive home today.
Never know.
And you know, it's been a huge blessing to see the generous people in the surrounding counties, in Dixon and Nashville and everywhere. You know, because I remember going to Stanford University. So I spoke at David Lipscomb to a bunch of pharmacy kids. And so a guy heard me there that's on the board at Stanford. He said, you've got to come to Stanford to speak to our huge healthcare conference. It went out to like 400,000 people.
Wow.
So I spoke to the whole crowd. And back then, you know, we were still lifting Jonah like chest to chest. So now I have to pick him up like a baby. He's like 180 pounds.
Yeah.
He's a lot.
How old is Jonah?
Jonah's-
Emery just turned 19, right?
Yep. Jonah's 21. And now she will use the lift on him. I still pick him up.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
But I was telling the story that I used to pick him up chest to chest. I said, but the blessing is every day I get to hug him.
Oh, man.
And this lady comes up to me. She was working catering. And she's like, my daughter right now thinks I'm crazy. She said, I called her. I asked them, I said, can I take a break? She called her daughter, which was in, I don't know where they were, like hundreds of miles away. She's like, I just wish you were close. I just want to hug you. She's like,
Wow.
Mom, are you okay?
Wow.
She said, I'm fine. I just heard this guy speak. And, of course, she, you know the story.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just want to hug you right now. I'm like, but that's what I got to do
Yeah.
every day. And, you know, it's the little things. But, you know, you don't know, like there, I didn't know who I was talking to. I didn't know this lady was going to come up to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm at a big healthcare conference at Stanford, and I've got a guy from MIT and Harvard and Stanford, and I'm like, I'm from Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. I don't know what y'all, I'm going to move this crowd.
Yeah.
Who am I going to infect?
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
Pat.
I'm
Y'all
like-
been to Dixon?
Right.
Yeah. Have
Right.
you ever heard of Dixon?
Yeah.
Terry Marlin with us, fightdmd.com. So 21 and 19. And I know talking with you earlier, Emery had a great day yesterday. He wasn't able to be here today, but the first person I saw and the first smile I saw was Jonah when I walked in. And he's 21 now, and he's doing incredible things too. And you know, he may not be able to run, he may not be able to walk, but boy, that kid can smile.
He can, and he's really getting involved in Fight DMD. And that name I couldn't remember earlier. So on Emery's 19th birthday, his daytime full-time nurse asked him, what do you want? He said, well, I'd kind of like to see Ariana Grande. Like, meet her, not see her in a concert.
Yeah.
I want to meet her.
Yeah.
And like I told Brent, I
Bring
said,
her in here.
these Duchenne kids, they have normal guy brains.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, no, honey, I don't know her, and I don't think I can
It
get
might
her.
be a stretch, but yeah.
And he said, okay, how about some cheerleaders? And she's like, I can do that.
Second
So
best.
she got a whole cheerleading group to come out of Montgomery Central.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Came, sang to him, you know, wished him happy birthday. They were great. You know, they're his age. It kind of affected them in a different way. But, you know, he wants to He wants to shoot for the stars, and I'm like, I wish I knew her. I don't know her at all, but he's still a normal 19-year-old.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and over the course of time, you have been able to make some pretty cool things happen. Like, what do you think is the coolest thing that they were able to do?
I think one of the coolest things, we got to go to Hawaii. One of our friends was filming a superhero movie in Hawaii. He said, hey, if you'll come here, I'll get him on set. And the movie wound up being a flop. But anyway, we flew to Hawaii, got to be on the set. They made it, they did the little whatever that is.
Yeah.
Where, they said
action.
Take one, take two,
one,
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but probably the second would be their Make-A-Wish trip. Jonah chose London, Emery chose Paris, and we got to do them back to back.
Wow.
And that was right before the pandemic hit. So we got to go, and London's great, very accessible. Paris is not.
Yeah, it sure ain't.
And just to be able to go and enjoy the world while they could, because right now I don't know that they could fly.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I didn't know, and I heard you telling Ramon today, is that, gosh, I love talking to Jonah, but he actually organized a 5K.
Yeah.
This is year 3, right?
Yep, year 3. Because his philosophy was, he said, we used to do the celebrity basketball game.
Yep.
And he's like, not
I
ever.
played in that one
You
time.
did. Yeah. And every time Brad Hopkins is on here, he says he dunks on me. He was on my team. I was like, that don't make sense.
How can you dunk on me?
You can't dunk on
It's
me.
against the rules, man.
And
Chad Withrow hit a 3 in my face. I do remember that. And
so,
I fouled him, too.
So, and he would always say, you're doing all these events, not everybody can participate in. He said, anybody can walk or run. It's not a serious run. It's a 5K.
Yeah.
He said, but I want people in wheelchairs, people that bring their kids in strollers. Serious runners come, but anybody can do that. And he said, that's what an event I want. He said, because your golf event is only for golfers.
Yeah.
And other events you do are for other things. He said, I want to organize something. And he went to every sponsor. He did great. He talked to all the businesses, got all the sponsorship money, got all the runners, set everything up, and he's really getting involved in Fight DMD. And
that's what's up, man.
I love it.
I like to argue, too, though. Like, your golfing event ain't for just golfers, because I can't golf a bit, and I have a ball when I come out.
I love it.
I have a blast when I come out here.
Well, and the good thing with golf is golfers are generous people.
Yeah.
And they have raised us a lot of money.
Good.
Corey on YouTube, man, this is the most powerful radio I've heard. I'm literally parked with tears coming down my eyes. God bless you. Put his healing hand on your family. Bustin' Diamond said, this is an amazing tale of the human spirit. I'm outside pulling weeds, wiping my tears. He said, I have a wife who's 8 months pregnant and a son on the way. I'm moved by this story. Never take a day for granted. All of these things that you've learned, and we all have learned from your boys about the human spirit. And Terry, we love you, brother.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Love you guys. Y'all have done great work for us.
We appreciate you, man.
FightDMD.com, and we'll be remiss if we don't mention Becky Macco again, because I know she was sidecar to you in all of this from day one.
Yep, and if we got a minute, I want to tell the story. Like, I didn't know Becky, and every time I would reach out to try to get on 104, she just was I didn't know her. She was my contact. But the first one is when Jeff Fisher was fired. So, of course, y'all's radio blew up. Then the next one was Vince Young when he threw his tantrum on his shoulder pads. And then the next one was
Donnie Mac's wife. He hit Donnie Mac's wife with his shoulder pads.
And then the next one, they got Randy Moss off free agency. I'm like, good gracious.
Like, somebody take a break.
Like, can we just have a moment where sports is not blowing?
Please,
For you guys in the radio, it's
Yeah.
great. But for a guy trying to get on the radio for a nonprofit, I was like, goodness. Every time I try, something big happens.
Yeah. Well, you're the big thing that's happening now. So.
That's right. And, again, you never know what people are going through. And I know it's hard for you to share your story, but it's also very important, as you know. And we're certainly appreciative of anything that we can do to help.
Definitely.
Well, I certainly appreciate you guys, and y'all have done a lot for us.
Yeah.
There he is, Terry Marlin, FightDMD.com. Please help. When we come back, we'll talk some college football. Chris Lowe from On3.com will join us next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
USSTN.com. That's the website, United Structural Systems. These are your guys when you have foundation repair or waterproofing issues. Foundation repair problems, some of the symptoms when it's hot and dry weather, which we've had for the last few months. You may notice soil cracking and pulling away from your home, leaving holes or gaps next to the foundation. Maybe your bricks are cracking, walls bowing, drywall separating, chimneys tilting or leaning. These are all signs of a possible foundation issue. Your house may be trying to tell you something. United Structural Systems, USSTN.com. When USS comes out to your house, you're getting problem solvers who provide peace of mind to their customers, the homeowner. You're not getting someone who is worried about meeting a sales quota or upselling the next big thing, but someone there to educate you and help you understand what's happening with your home. At USS, their only measure of success is how satisfied the homeowner is, not a closing ratio. More than 30,000 100% satisfied residential customers. USSTN.com. Homeowners trust USS, keeping homes dry and stable. We guarantee our best. Call USS 615-488-7855. Serving Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and Western Kentucky. Online, USSTN.com.
Good afternoon. It's 5:08. I'm just Bonanno live from the Greystone Golf Course. We're running late, so Chris Lowe is up next on 3HL. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home of the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone Friday edition. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Slay Dog is here. Did you know that?
I'm in the building. Yeah, way to go, Ross.
FightDMD.com. That is the website. Go there. Do whatever you can to help Terry Marlin raise money to, man, just get some research going and help these kids, man, that have a 100% fatality rate as of right now. So we need to help that. We need to fight DMD. FightDMD.com. Chris Lowe joins us to talk about college football, and you can catch Chris on Sunday now from on3.com. The lowdown on the Rocky Top Insider YouTube channel. Sunday at 7 is when they are live. Also, the RTI podcast where you get your podcast. Chris, what's up? How are you?
Good. It's on the way to Athens, GA.
Ooh. What do you think about that matchup? This is an important game for DeBoer, man. He can't afford 2 losses this early in the season, and it's going to be a tough challenge.
No, I've said this a couple times this week. Don't tell Kirby I said this or let him hear it. This game is a lot more important for Alabama than it is Georgia.
I agree.
It just is. You're right. They can't. I don't think the Crimson Tide can come out of September with 2 losses. And you never say never, but it's going to be really difficult for them to come out of this month or 2 and get the playoff because they got a tough schedule ahead of them. And so that's why I say, I think just getting that sort of that edge back around your program, this is big for Bama. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. Georgia's had 2 weeks to prepare. Bama has sort of owned, they have owned Georgia. And that's really the only thing Kirby hasn't done is consistently beaten Alabama. So now here you go to Athens. Georgia hasn't lost 33 straight games there. This would be, I think, the ideal scenario for Bama to go in there and win a night game and then sort of announce, all right, we're back. This is who we are. This is the type of edge and intensity we play with. But that's easier said than done. There's a reason Georgia hasn't lost a game at Sanford Stadium since, I think, 2019 is the last time they lost it.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and as important as this game is, should Alabama drop this one, I mean, all hell breaks loose next week. I know Vanderbilt would be 12, 13-point underdog, but that would be a must-win at that scenario with a really hot football team.
Is that the early line, 12 or 13 for that game?
Yeah, we were talking with our guy Todd Furman about it, and he said he would have it probably 13.5, but I did see an early line at like 11.5, so,
No respect for Clark leaving.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what bad.
No, you're right. That's a game. Well, to me, that's the worst for Bama, win or lose this weekend. That is the worst time to have Vandy in your schedule because you're coming off either a tough, emotional, draining loss. You're like, oh, God. Or this emotional high. Okay, we went into Georgia, won. Man, okay, we're back. We're ready to go. And, oh, by the way, you got to play Vandy a week later, who beat you last year. And a Vanderbilt team with as much momentum going into October. I guess Bobby Johnson had a team, I think it started 5-0, if I'm not mistaken.
2008. Yep.
Yeah. So this would be the most momentum that the Commodores have had in almost 20 years. And I know it's a Tuscaloosa, but I just think that's the worst possible scenario that you would want to face, Vandy, if you're Alabama, win or lose.
Chris Lowe with us from on3.com.
Lowe, we'll get to Tennessee in a second, but man, I want to talk about what our guy, man, what he can get done going down to Aggie land. Can Auburn go down here and not even keep it close? Can they upset them? That's the real question.
Yeah, this is. I mean, for Auburn, I mean, I know that was nauseating to lose the way they did last week. Not just the bad calls, but you give up 10 sacks, you have some penalties that hurt you. You had every chance to win that football game. You didn't. Now you can go back on the road against A&M. This is. You never want to say there's a 2-game swing in September that essentially defines your season slate. But no, I agree. I think this is one that if they're going to be a team that's sitting there with a chance to win 9 games, this is one they got to win. And I'm really impressed with A&M, what Elko's done. The culture that he's brought there, their identity, tough and physical. And Marcel Reed seems to get better and better. And you can sort of see his confidence growing. And probably more importantly, the confidence of the players around Marcel, of his ability not just to escape and make plays, but his ability to throw the football.
Yeah,
he's done that really well this year, and A&M's ability to run it, stop the run. So yeah, I think this is going to be a go. And I don't think Auburn Oklahoma game is really good. If Auburn's going to win, though, we talked about this last week, they got to hit some of those big plays down the field.
Yeah.
They had Cam Coleman behind the secondary at least twice, way behind the secondary.
Yes.
And they took today. So those are the plays. They've got the receivers, between he and Singleton to make big plays. They got to connect on those throws if they're going to go and beat A&M.
Absolutely, totally agree. Well, Starkville going down there, man. Lebby, I understand. I remember we saw him at SEC Media Day, and I felt he was walking around with a different aura. We got to talking to the players, and they seemed confident, but they were kind of subdued a little bit. But man, Coach Lebby was walking around chest out. Now I know he kind of just walked like that too, but he was strutting around there like he knew something we didn't. So
he
I
was
guess,
peacocking.
Yeah, this is it. The schedule's been favorable a little bit for them to get confidence outside of the Arizona State matchup. But here it is going into SEC play. Thoughts going into it, CeeLo?
Yeah, he sure had those cowbells ringing in his ears as he walked around the hotel there in Atlanta. You can sort of tell it. Now, I spent some time with him too back in August, the week before their first week against Southern Miss, and it was pretty obvious to me he felt like they were going to be better, a lot better. But in this league, when you go from 2-10, you can be a better football team and maybe improve by a couple wins. They've got a real chance to be a bowl team this year. And I don't know that a lot of people would believe that, but if they are, this is a game that could really set them up for the kind of season where they would be maybe the comeback team in college football. They've got really fast, electric receivers. Blake Shapen's played a lot of football at quarterback. I don't think he's going to be overwhelmed by anything that Tennessee shows him. So, and it's I always have said this is one of the more underrated places to play on the road when the fans are into it. They're into it. They're excited about this football team. I had a lot to cheer about there. You're going back to just the horrible news. We found out about Mike Leach dying. It's a program that has sort of been picking up the pieces since then, which was sort of cool to see with our environment against Arizona State earlier this year. But I think Tennessee's going to have to play well. Mississippi State can score. They've got fast receivers. They're going to try to spread. They're going to try to do to Tennessee what Tennessee does to them because it's the same offense. I still think it's going to get down and he can run it. And I like Tennessee's chances to run the ball and maybe keep that ball away some from Mississippi State's offense. Better than State can do that to Tennessee.
Is this the time that James Franklin gets that top 10 win, Chris, at home against Oregon? James Franklin has lost 12 in a row, non-neutral site games to top 10 teams. He's lost 6 straight at home to top 10 teams. The overall record is 5-20 against the top 10 in 12 seasons at Penn State. Can they get that done this weekend, tomorrow?
And he's tired of hearing those numbers and that stat. I guarantee you can hear it in his sleep. And anybody would be, as good a program as he's had. Make no mistake, they're a perennial top 10, top 15 type team under him. But, you just got to get over the hump and beat those teams that your fan base and everybody in college football says you got to be if you're going to be one of the elite programs. And I think that's the difference between State and Ohio State and Georgia. because they haven't been able to do that. This, to me, and I talked to him a little bit before the season, I think this is his best team. I think they're well-rounded. They got depth. They're good on the defensive line. They got a pass rusher and a defensive tackle that you really got a game plan for. They got that two-headed monster at the running back position.
Yeah.
You know, with Katron Allen and Singleton. And they got a quarterback in Aller. I mean, he's, again, like Shapen. He's played a lot of football. You know, he's seen a lot of games, you know, on big stages. So they seem to have as many pieces in place as James has had to win one of these games. And they play at home. If you've ever been to a whiteout, Happy Valley, it's one of the more impressive things in college football. It all sets up. I mean, Oregon's got a really, really good football team. And Dan Lanning is, you know, outside of Kirby Smart, I think if you asked a group of 15 ADs, administrators around college football, if you could have any coach right now, most of those, not all of them, but a lot of them would pick Dan Lanning, what he's done. So this is one of those games that I know it's not an SEC game, but I think shapes the race in a lot of ways. I'm going to go on record and say I think James gets it done. I just think it's past time. He's a good football coach. I understand you get branded sometimes if you don't win a lot of these games, but he's continued to keep that program right there in the upper echelon of college football. I think they sort of knocked that door down this weekend.
Slay, you got one more on the way out?
Got to, man. Lane Kiffin said bet the over. So what are we doing with Lane and the one and only Brian Kelly?
Lane is the college football, man. I guess that maybe it depends on where you are. If you're in the other fan base, you hate Lane Kiffin, right? Tennessee or LSU or Bama. But if you're Ole Miss, you love him. I love the Tennessee fans that come up to me and tell me, I hate that guy. I've always hated him. You know, he's a pain in the butt. And I'm like, you know what? I remember having a conversation with you in 2009 when Lane was sort of in that bite back mode and playing teams, beating teams. And you were that wasn't sort of your stance. Mm-hmm. You know, so we all sort of have revisionist history. But I don't know, Slade, if his defense is as good as it was last year. I just don't think they are. And so we'll see. And you know, LSU hasn't lived up on offense the last few years. But Lane's another one. You know, when you look at his record, and he's done wonders at Ole Miss. He's done things that haven't been done there since John Duvall was coaching. But one of the things he hasn't done, Slade, is he hasn't consistently beaten the best teams on his schedule. Here's another chance for him to do that at home. That place will be crazy. And they got one of the best stories in college football. The kid from Ferris State, Trinidad Sandwich, who comes in there and he's just balling. You know, and his teams seem to rally around him. This will be, I think, sort of Georgia, Alabama's maybe the Oregon, Penn State are probably the two marquee games. This one, though, I think it's got a chance to be pretty compelling.
You can read Chris Lowe on 3.com. The lowdown on the Rocky Top Insider YouTube channel live Sunday at 7. Also, you can catch it on the RTI podcast. Thank you, Chris. Good stuff, man. Appreciate the second visit this week.
Thanks, Lowe.
You bet. Okay, guys.
All right. There he goes, Chris Lowe. Mark Mariani coming up next. He's got a blood in the water pick. We'll talk Titans, Texans as well. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about a new obsession, Daisy French Onion Dip. Man, it's so good. Also, Daisy Ranch Dip. I actually like that one a little bit more than the French Onion Dip, but you may like the French Onion Dip more than the Ranch Dip. Either way, they're both good and certainly a guilty pleasure during football season, eating dips with chips, wings, veggies while watching big games. And now Daisy came out with the delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip, and these are game changers. They are absolutely delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you would find in your kitchen, perhaps. Maybe not mine, but yours. And you're all watching games this fall, I guarantee it, which means it's snack season. You may be having people over, which means you need to have your snack game
ratchet it up for sure. And you can't have chips without dip. Having said that, choose the best dip, Daisy French onion dip and Daisy ranch dip, the absolute best. So great. And the perfect complement and combination of all the games that you will be watching. Daisy French onion dip, Daisy ranch dip at all grocery stores.
Hey, Ross.
HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. FightDMD.com. That's the website, man. Get behind Terry Marlin, Jonah, Emery, and the crew. FightDMD.com. Duchenne muscular dystrophy, 100% fatal. Usually early 20s.
Yeah.
And his two boys are 21 and 19. So this is where we are. FightDMD.com. We're at Greystone Golf Club, and we do this every year. Man,
every year.
Weekend of football.
Dog. I just had somebody ask me, Vandyman, shout out to him. Vandyman AD, are you going to have time to do the Paul Slay? And guess what I told him?
What you got, Slay?
You better believe it.
All right.
You better believe it. I got a real live hitter right here. This one right here, take this one to the bank. I ain't doing it right now. We're going to do it in the second segment, third segment. Right?
Next segment?
Yeah. I got to let Moonshine have his piece. You know
Moonshine. Mark Mariani joins us now. Moonshine, what are you doing, man? You watching the Ryder Cup, living and dying with putts?
Oh, dude, we are. What is going on here?
We're
the Americans
smoked,
go out. What's that?
We're getting smoked. What's happening?
I know. What's going on? We need to be in that crowd, Clay. We need to be in there, firing them up.
They do need us, dog. Yeah, they need us.
Can you imagine if Mark Mariani was in that crowd at Bethpage Black
going off?
Fried. I had a buddy text me today and say, hey, I think it's Ireland or Scotland in 2027. We're going to the European Ryder Cup. And I said, get baby, we're in. I'll be there. I want to cause some trouble on some Guinness.
I cannot even imagine you with all the patriotic songs and alcohol and I mean, your general enthusiasm level without any of that stuff is amazing. So I don't know, man.
I think I would push the envelope, but I mean, the way we started, somebody missed their alarm clock, so we got to scratch and claw back. But they gutted it out today. If Rory would have made that putt on 18 right there and took that point, I was about to snap. My kids were about to feel the wrath this evening of just Dad drinking too much whiskey if that would have happened.
Hey, man.
Oh, man. How we doing, fellas? Man, I missed you last week. Slay,
how was Spain, dog?
Yeah. How was Spain?
Oh, Spain. Here's the deal. Spain was out of this world. And you told me, Slay, you told me all about the hot spots. But here's the problem, is I boarded that plane, guys, as that red team was sneaking that ball in across the line. And so I slept with that, and I'm going to be quick with this because I know you guys got to get the parse leg, win the people some money. But the only bad part about Spain is I showed up with about 8 dudes from Atlanta.
Oh,
so we had nothing but dogs chirping the whole time, and one of my buddies was a VFL, and so we heard it, man. But anyway, that's in the past. I left you hanging last week to take all the wrath of the crap we were talking. They're a good football team, man. I heard you talking this week, Slay, about hey, man, listen, we fought with them. We got a good football team. It hurt in the moment. It really hurt in the moment, man. I think I maybe shed a tear, but after that, I mean, I think it was all positive, and we're cranking now. So anyway, Spain was fantastic. We talked a lot of smoke that day, and we just went wide left with it. So what are you going to do?
That's it.
Or push it right.
We
pushed it right. We pushed it right. We pushed it right.
Yeah. Well, that
on the TV as I watched it was left.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it was left in Europe.
Yeah, that's right.
They do weird things over there.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, you make a 43-yard field goal, you get a certain result. Instead, you get this result with the Little Baby Shark song.
Dang, man.
Oh, God.
I did not want to hear this from Ross. Come on, Shane.
All right, that's
Are we
enough.
going
Come on,
straight to
Shane.
it?
Thank you, Ross.
Are we going straight to the pick?
Let's go straight to the pick, and then we'll talk Titans-Texans, because I guarantee
That's fair. I'll do that.
You're not going Titans in the blood in the water.
Oh, for God's sakes. I shook on it like a man, Brent Doherty. I shook on it, and I told you I'm not taking them. Not till later, at least, all right?
Later. I like it.
Hey, listen, there's
All right,
free
Ross,
money out there.
Wait. Ross, hit the real music now.
It's Hunt. Hunt season.
Come on.
Hunt
It's
season.
free.
Hunt
They're
season.
giving it away.
Come on.
Hey, I just saw the Brinks trucks, man. They're loaded up, and they're driving down the interstate. And you know where they're going, boys?
Where are they going, Mark?
They're going to Oxford, Mississippi, baby.
Yeah.
They're going to
Oh.
Oxford, Mississippi. And listen, here's the deal. I want to be very clear about this. I love Lane Kiffin. I mean, I think him and I should share the same energy here. But I do not understand this line. LSU is the number 4 team in the country. They got a veteran quarterback going down there. And here's my deal. Whit Weeks is out there just posting nonsense, crazy nonsense about Kiffin's daughter, okay? So listen, if you're going to post it, you better back that up, all right?
That's
so
true.
here's the deal.
That's true.
Here's the
That's a
thing.
great point.
Here's my thing. My bet is on this. First of all, I'm not picking some slap game. I want an intense football game that everybody's
Yeah.
going to watch because I ain't scared. You
That's
hear
right.
me?
That's right.
So listen, the Brinks trucks are headed. You hammer that 1.5, that plus 1.5. But here's the deal. I am betting my money on Garrett Nussmeier. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and I just don't know who this Mr. Trinidad Chambly is yet. And so I think it's going to come back down to quarterback play late in the game, and I don't have enough faith yet. Lane Kiffin said to take the over. I might sprinkle the over as well because he's a smart man, but I think LSU, with that nasty, nasty defense, is going to let the Tigers loose in Oxford, Mississippi. For that money line, baby. No clue why that line is what it is. They're giving out me free money.
So Moonshine, when you were rolling around the airport and everything, did you run into Mr. Weeks? Did you run into Nussmeier? Did you run into Brian
yeah.
Kelly?
Well, here's what happened. I heard him and Kiffin walk by me. They were walking by me, and Kiffin told Whit, shockingly, "Hey Whit, if you don't mind, I'll give you 1.5 points in Oxford when you come down there. Don't talk to my daughter. We'll be all right." And you know what Whit said?
What did he say?
Whit said, "We don't want them, baby. We don't want the 1.5. We'll take that plus 110 all day, baby. Call 1-800-BRINKS, baby. Give me that money. Cash that. They don't even have to play, dude.
With
LSU Tigers.
The blood in the water pick, that is an upset winner. So
Tigers.
LSU is an underdog in Oxford, and Moonshine has LSU winning outright. Because, I mean, listen, man, when you talk to the people that are involved and they say they don't want the points, what are you going to do?
I overheard Whit Weeks yelling in the airport, man. It was crazy. On the way to Spain.
So Titans, Texans, Mark, they're both 0-3, yet the Titans are a 7.5-point underdog in this matchup in Houston. I'm really worried about Latham not being there at right tackle because on the other side of that is Mr. Anderson, Will Anderson.
Yeah.
And he's been, Lil Birdie told me he's been smiling all week. And
Oh, God.
I just,
He's
look, man,
scary.
I grew up an Oilers fan. So I'm all in on the Titans from a fandom perspective. I just can't get there in this one. Can you get me there in this one?
Well, listen, I can't get you there because here's the deal. What happened this week is just reeks of a dumpster fire, dude. I don't even know what's going on over there. I do think that passing the torch, that play calling torch, down to Bo Hardigree, okay? Who I love Bo. I was with him in Chicago. He's a great dude. He got an OC interview this last. I was. He was a young coach, man, and he's a good dude. But you tell me the line of hierarchy inside a coaching staff, and I'll tell you what I see. It goes head coach, then OC, then quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
So that tells me that they passed over Nick Holtz because why? Because Mike Borgonzi's running the show and told him to. That has to be why. Anyway, I ain't going to go there. We beat it up all week. It's fine. It smells so bad. It smells so bad. The interview's coming out of there after the Jarvis Brownlee thing. Mm-hmm. But here's my thing. That's going to help. Hopefully Coach Kelly can focus on his game management and all that because God knows, holy heck, dude, we can't go 4 in a row. But here's my thing, matchup-wise.
Yeah.
I can't get you to that money line, Brent,
yeah.
but I can get you to that plus 7.5, dude. I mean, there is no way that this Texans team is going to be this. I like this matchup. Our defense is going to come to play. We got put in a 7-0 hole. We got smacked in the mouth in the first quarter, and we never climbed out of it. We're a young football team. I think this is going to be Cam Ward's coming out party. Now, listen, are we going to get it to the finish line? I don't know. But here's how you win, man. And this is embarrassing football, guys. We lead the league in penalties, man.
Yeah.
We are the worst in the league. So you keep putting yourself – negative plays, man. Negative plays are killing us. We got to cut the penalties, man, and let Cam Ward go sling that ball. I agree with you that that there's a lot of weaknesses, but the Texans are a bad football team too. They don't have an identity. Who scares you on their offense? Nico Collins scares me, but I think we got an answer for him.
Call L'Jarius.
L'Jarius better step up. It's his time. But listen, man, I can't. I'm gonna. You guys know me. I'm gonna ride with the two-tone blue. This has been hurting. Okay, this is hurting me. I don't like this. I haven't gotten over this. We got to go to Houston for Mr. Bud Adams, dude, and go take what's ours. I mean, listen, I don't know, man. Callie, figure it out. Bo Hardigree is going to be the answer. Who knows? I think the Titans are going to keep it close. I think Will Anderson is going to be an absolute problem. Dan Moore played better this week. He played better last week, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, listen, we're going the right way. And I hate to say this, it's just putting lipstick on an ugly, stinky, burning garbage can, but we've lost to three pretty good football teams. We've lost to three pretty good football teams this year, and I think we have a little bit of juice left going to Houston and something to prove, man. Hopefully number one can show shades of Warren Moon, baby, shades of the good old days in Houston. Maybe that's what it'll be. AI, please help us and put a little Warren Moon behind us. Maybe that's what it is. And that's all I got. And that's all I got for you, Brett, because I cannot get you that plus 300.
Oh. So I think the combination of the three of us might be the three most optimistic people in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
none of us can get there.
I've tried, man. I've tried. I've got to watch it.
Here, I might tease it up to 13. All right, I might go 13.
I like that number. I like that number right there, though.
Hey, man, I know we don't have enough time, but I literally cannot stand. I mean, they have to prove something to this fan base. Anyway, yes. You guys have an unbelievable weekend. The boys are going to be out chanting in Long Island all weekend long. Let's go. Shout out USA. And hammer them LSU Tigers, baby. Unleash them in Oxford, Mississippi. Let's go.
At Mark Mariani 80 on X. Thank you, Moonshine. Have a great weekend. Drink some water
we'll see. It's about to start. We'll see you, boys.
All right, more 3HL when we come back. FightDMD.com. Slay Dog's got a parlay for you next.
Better believe it.
3HL.
What is happening, people? Yes, I know fall is around the corner, and a lot of times it's here, but you can believe that, yes, that heat is going to be knocking at your door still. If your HVAC unit is not ready to roll, you need to hit up Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. Get directly in touch with them. Go to springhillac.com, www.springhillac.com. Talk to Kevin and the family and watch exactly what they do. They come out and they treat you just like family. So the summer is coming to an end, and that may be over with, but your HVAC unit still got to get busy going into the fall. Now, understand this. It's 72 months, no interest financing with approved credit. And also, you get second opinions. Free, that is. So if you get somebody to check it out and it's not what you think it is, you don't trust it, guess what? You need to call Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. They can make sure that you get confirmation. And if your unit needs repairs, they also offer low monthly payments on those repairs. Make it real simple, man. Go to springhillac.com.
Got an important message from our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law, BDIL. Some lawyers, they chase ambulances. They're not supposed to do that. They'll do anything to get your attention, but not Blair Durham and his team. 615-242-9000 is the number. That's 615-242-9000. If someone calls you after a wreck, they're breaking the law. That's right. There are lawyers out there that are breaking the law. Marine veteran Blair and his team at Bart Durham Injury Law do not play those games. When you make the call, they answer. 615-242-9000. They're local, trusted, and ready to fight for you. No gimmicks, just a team that's on your side from the start. So if you or someone you love is ever in a wreck, remember Blair's number, 615-242-9000. Maybe it's not easy for you to remember numbers. It is easy to do this. Get his number into your phone now, 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. Local, trusted, ready to fight for you. Bart Durham Injury Law, 615-242-9000. HL 1045 The Zone, FightDMD.com. We are so appreciative to be able to spread the word to help Terry Marlin and his crew. Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Absolutely.
100% fatal for boys that, in most cases don't get to their mid-20s.
Yeah.
So his kids, Jonah and Emery, both have it, and they are special, special kids and kind of the face of this locally. But FightDMD.com. Big college football weekend coming up. Number 21 USC at number 23 Illinois. USC favored by 6.5 on the road, 11 a.m. on Fox. Lincoln Riley giving, kind of griping about Central Time early starts.
Come on, Link.
For the Big Ten game.
Come on, dog. Like, what'd you expect? Y'all the one jumped in this conference. Y'all the one said, let's forget about the West Coast Pacific Conference and let's get on that. That was the one I made up to. Y'all can bring that one back. I want to tag that one. Why would y'all come way out here? Y'all the one silly and jumped in that conference.
And then they have those late games over there, and then the rest of the Big Ten's affected by that. So.
Just silly.
How does Illinois bounce back is the question. 63-10, that loss at Indiana last week.
Ooh.
Number 1, Ohio State at 3-0. Washington. Ohio State favored by 7.5, 2:30 on CBS. Huskies senior running back Jonah Coleman has been great, averaging 116 per game on the ground. He also has 9 rushing touchdowns in 3 games. So a big test for Ohio State in terms of the best offense they've seen, Texas included.
That's a sneaker one right there. Not a lot of. I don't hear the little Buckeyes out there chirping. You know what I mean? Snapping the little nuts or whatever it is they do with the little Buckeye nuts.
Snapping their nuts.
Something. Don't they do something with them?
Slap nuts.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeff Jarrett would tell you something about that.
They don't work in Washington.
Number 11, Indiana at 3-1 Iowa. Indiana favored by 8.5, 2:30 on Peacock. The Hawkeyes have won 7 straight home games. This is Indiana's first road game of the season. Since the 3-9 2023 season, Indiana is 15-2 under Signetti. I mean, just complete turnaround.
Totally.
Hoosiers quarterback Fernando Mendoza, if you haven't seen him, has 14 passing touchdowns already, no interceptions. He also has 2 rushing scores.
Heisman favorite.
Yeah,
Heisman favorite.
Harder loves him.
What up, Zeph Talk?
Mr. Babs loves him.
Mr. Babs. I refuse to call him that.
I know.
Out of respect for him.
Yeah, I like to call
He's
him
his own dog.
Yeah.
Out of respect for him.
Harder, I respect you. Also, Harder said if we come over to watch Titans game, he's going to sweep the area for snakes.
Please, because I'm not coming if you don't. And I need video footage of you sweeping the area.
Like literally sweeping?
Like somebody got, like sweeping it, like with a drone or him out there with mothballs or something.
We got our drone guy.
This
is what you live for.
I'll be in Houston. I'm sorry.
Oh, darn it. This is right.
That's true. Number 6, Oregon at number 3, Penn State. Penn State favored by 3.5. This is year 12 for James Franklin at Penn State. 5 top finishes, the highest finished ranking. Number 5, that was last year. James Franklin has lost 12 consecutive non-neutral site games to top 10 teams. He's lost 6 straight at home to top 10 teams. He's 0-10 on the road against top 10 teams at Penn State, 5-20 overall. We all this scares the hell out of me. We all think that they get over the hump and win this game.
At some point they got to, man.
You, Todd Furman, Chris Lowe.
Everybody.
All God's children.
Yep. This is it. I think Babs was a little reluctant to pick them, but
she's a little reluctant for
anything.
Most things.
Yeah.
Especially black racer snakes.
That's very true.
That coil up.
Yes.
And disappear before she gets back out.
And they can't turn after
do you
going
have
straight.
Do you have a parsley?
I do.
Got to do this quickly. Not you, me. Do you ever have trouble presenting the correct parsley for like on-air parsley? Because you have like 11 of them.
Yeah, I got 2 today I'm going to do.
Okay.
I got one that I want to give y'all, a third one, and it depends on Peyton. Peyton told me go crazy, Slay, so I may go crazy. But this is the one right here, 6-leg parsley.
Do you really
Check
need
this out.
somebody to tell you to go crazy?
No, but sometimes you need, just a little pat on the back to push
Also,
out
was
there.
that Peyton Manning that told you that?
Could have been.
Okay.
They have no last name. Just a lot of laughing emojis.
Peyton seems like a guy to use laughing emojis.
Do you think he would use laughing emojis, Peyton Manning?
Just saying.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Notre Dame at Arkansas. Arkansas plus 2.5 in the first half.
Damn, Slay.
First half spread. Yeah, I went in.
See, that takes a while to write all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your time on it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Arkansas plus 2.5 in the first half.
Yeah. Then now it's a little tweaking going on, y'all.
All right.
Auburn at Texas A&M. A&M minus 3.5.
Okay.
LSU at Ole Miss.
Yep.
I went out there on this limb, man. I'm thinking
anti-moonshine.
Yeah, man. Ole Miss minus 3.5.
Oh,
yeah.
You took it up.
Yeah. Yeah, plus 124, you're going to get that one for.
What happened to rhyme with your boy?
Tennessee, I did on one of them. Tennessee at Mississippi State.
Okay.
Tennessee minus 5.5. A little tweaking right there, y'all. A little tweaking right there. Oregon at Penn State. Check this out.
Yeah.
Oregon plus 8.5. Get your minus 200.
Good Lord.
Yeah, just keep your eyes open.
They're
you can't
open,
really
like
lose.
I hadn't been to sleep in a week.
Alabama at Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia plus 6.5.
Plus 6.5. They're favored.
Watch this.
Slay.
Watch this. This gets you a grand total of plus 22.97. See, guaranteed wins put more money. That's like Moonshine say, ham it. I hammered that right there. All right, let's go. Let me scroll down a little bit, y'all. Let me get you.
That's
I got
parlay
a lot of
one.
single bets out of here.
That's a 6-leg parlay.
Cool 6-leg. Now this a 5-leg. Now this good money, but I'm gonna wait on you.
Remember the little baby parlay last night? 1-leg parlay.
It so did.
It won.
It so did. Here we go.
Until Alyssa got involved.
6-leg. Now let's get busy, y'all. Notre Dame at Arkansas over 59.5. See that? Over 59.5. A little tweaking to it. Duke at Syracuse. Syracuse plus 9.5.
You love Fran Brown.
I do. He made me. The way he just whipped up on Clemson and Dabo. Utah State at Vanderbilt. A little tweaking here. Vanderbilt, I think they got it at minus 22.5. I got it at minus 17.5.
It's 23.5.
23.
Now.
God, went up. Minus 17.5.
All right.
LSU at Ole Miss.
Yep.
Ole Miss minus 1.5.
You love the Rebels. The Black Bears.
I like
the
them.
Sharks.
Tennessee at Mississippi State. Money line Tennessee. ML. Put the ML down. We keep it pushing. And the last one, Alabama at Georgia. Georgia money line. That right there is going to be a plus 14.18 right there, y'all. $50 get you a little 800. That's all.
$50 make you holler.
I'm just saying, if you want to win, you know what I mean? Dive in.
If you want to win, dive in.
Yeah, see how I did that? I got a cold-blooded one, though. Check this one out. That 5-leg, Tennessee minus 1.5 first quarter spread. Tennessee minus 2.5 second quarter spread. Texas A&M minus 1.5 first quarter spread. Missouri minus 13.5 first quarter spread. Georgia minus 2.5 for the game.
Can you screenshot that to me?
You like that one? See, my boy like that one.
I do like that one.
My boy like that one.
Those Tennessee first quarter spreads are typically hit.
good. Yeah.
Been for the last 3-4 years. too.
Typically under Josh Heupel for
Yep.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Ross back at the world famous Music Row, our studio there, for producing the show. Seth producing on site with Zone TV. Thank you, Bob. Happy birthday again.
Bob got 2 birthdays.
Our friend Daniel's here.
What's up, Dan?
Kirby's over there talking to a bunch of people. Look at him. He's on
Kirby's
one
just-
side of the table. Everybody else on the other side.
Kirby's just getting to it, holding court.
And, of course, Terry Marlin, Jonah,
Absolutely.
Emery, FightDMD.com. Any of y'all that were able to help and gracious
Please
enough,
give.
Please give. All right. Have a great weekend, y'all. We'll be back at it on Monday to talk through everything. We appreciate you guys including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Hopefully, we were able to put a smile on your face. Have a great weekend. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you were getting a shout-out, one, to FightDMD.com. The second one, to my guy Bubba, who came through. I always come through when I come to Dixon for the barbecue.
And Todd Furman, who says 12.5 Alabama over Vanderbilt right now.
Allie and Reagan, let's go, baby.